1, and we should be going.
Welcome back, one and all, to another session of Oathbound Roads. Last time we left our 5 heroes in a rather compromising position where a lot of details were shared and learned, and very little of them pleasant. Barely having any time to recover from the sudden and quite traumatic death of their friend Nern, Nat, in truth Jeddah the Changeling, whose face had been revealed in a fit of rage, chose to flee to check and see on the root cellar and on the well-being of Anaphora, the human bard who had fled there himself to see what was happening under the guise of invisibility. She was found and nearly accosted by the mysterious changeling Sam, an assassin of sorts that had been in the area and had a tie to Esther, the missing Scion girl. After spilling her guts, not literally, but verbally, and a brief encounter that was about as comforting as a rogue could be, Sam took Anaphora as quickly as he could from rooftop to rooftop to speak with Headmaster Reuben, whom he knew somehow. Meanwhile, the rest of the gang was kind of being tailed by soldiers of the Ion Reich, and eventually realized that the only way for them to get out of that without starting something was to follow them back to the guild hall, using it as an excuse to lick their wounds, pool over what knowledge they had. They exchanged words and even what could pass as pleasantries with the Reich captain. But that quickly faded away as pretense when Reuben gifted Vask with a psionic vision of another conversation happening between himself and the Reich's true leader, a mysterious cleric who wore a blindfold over her eyes, who had much more harsh words to say about everyone involved in all this. After they left, Anaphora imparted the information learned inside of that mysterious basement lab to Reuben, and he immediately went cold, wrangled up the entire group, took them there himself, and told them a story related to his own past, about an old friend who had used this very lab in a much more secure facility locked away beyond it, attempting to study and understand the nature of this reality and hopefully ascertain the nature of godhood. But something went wrong that even he was unwilling to share. And they determined that the only way to be sure of what really was happening was to open the door hidden away behind a shelf and venture deeper inside. But to do that, they needed the other half of an old key in possession of Miriam, the witch that they had encountered shortly before. Another old flame of Reuben's who had abandoned him during this time and chosen the company of witches in the woods instead. With a lot of knowledge to process, the group headed back, making their way back to the guild hall, getting a bit of rest, and discussing their options behind locked doors. And with that, come back to you guys. So,
yeah, we took a rest, so I should
Yep,
actually
you
roll
guys
HP. Ignore
you guys-
me, I need to roll HP.
yep, you guys can do a short rest as you guys are making your decisions. If they're we discussed outside of game what options you guys wanted to pursue, but so we can do this one of two ways. We can either skip straight ahead to morning and just do the short rest. Here's Cliff Notes, or if you guys want to RP some of this, you absolutely can. I will not stop you. I live for that shit.
I definitely want Garvin to explain his reasoning of what he wants to do, at least.
All right, absolutely. So we'll say that Reuben
Damn.
we'll say that what happens after you guys make your discoveries and discussions, Reuben goes up. The two Reich guards trapped inside of a force cage are crying out, trying to reach somebody. And pretty much as soon as he comes out, he casts Modify Memory on both of them so they forget the entire thing.
Excellent.
Jesus Christ.
And they did not do well on their saves. So, yeah, that worked out pretty well. He immediately scurried you guys back over to the guild hall, got you back in covertly, and said that he would be keeping a very close eye on things within the town, and being a little bit more active and alert with all of this, because he has a distinct feeling that the Reich is about to drop all pretenses.
So,
Yeah.
if Vask was allowed to access the kitchen, everyone can add 1 HP to their short rest.
Excellent.
I'm back up to full.
Sweet.
I'm not quite full, but that is is that one HP? 1 HP to the rest as a whole, or like to each dice?
Let's see. You and up to 5 creatures of your choice regain 1 extra hit point per hit dice spent during a short rest.
Nice. That is such a
Four,
slept-on feat.
That is just enough to get me to max HP.
That is such a
Thank
what
you.
feat, Grim?
Slept on.
Okay. I heard
just
slept
the,
on feet.
cooking
I was like, what?
utensils.
Excuse me?
Just
I probably could make the argument that it is if I really wanted to.
Context for that?
Wait,
out
what?
of curiosity, VV,
Yes.
I see that I get 1 spell slot of 5th level back if I want it. Otherwise, you know.
Yep.
How do you do the bardic inspiration get back?
I will allow up to your proficiency bonus back on a short rest.
Okay.
Would I be able to do the same for
With sorcery points, yes.
Okay, because that's like the only thing I'm really low on besides 2nd level spell slots.
Yep.
It just
At
seems
the
a little-
moment, during a more peaceful rest, I will allow more, but right now you guys are definitely having to be watchful because, to your knowledge, the Reich are still within this guild hall and still have a presence here. You're not 100% sure how safe it is.
And how much was that for proficiency?
It'll be your proficiency back in points.
So I have nearly Flogans.
And for future reference, exhaustion. How do you get rid of exhaustion?
Go the 1 D&D route where it's 1 point per short rest.
Okay, cool. Because I have stuff that I do that can cause exhaustion, so.
Yep. All right. Well, we will set that in stone. If it changes later, if it works better another way, we'll see.
Thank you.
It would make sense for like 1 level for like the 8 hours of rest, because just
Yeah.
keeping it the same.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good thing about Pugilist is a lot of its stuff regens on a short rest.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Jesus
you
Christ.
guys, I'm assuming you're all sequestered in one room.
Yeah, Nat is as far away from everyone as she possibly physically can be.
Completely fair.
Just resting as best as I can, while also being a little anxious.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah. Nat has not said much after leaving.
So, I guess we should decide where we go next. I'm inclined to go after Esther.
As am I.
Seems like the best course of action, yes.
Finding her will be a problem still, but
Garm, who has been in the corner of the room, gets up and joins the rest. And I'm glad we are of agreement, because this conspiracy has grown more complex by the day, by the hour. Dragons, witches, magic, trying to become a god, and yet, for everything we have learned, we have nothing to show for it. We are not one step closer to protecting an innocent woman running for her life in the woods. We will find Esther, and I have a way of doing it.
What do you have?
Biter has been tracking the hag
Oh!
ever since we encountered her.
Your horse?
Yes.
Is he okay in those woods alone?
Since when could a horse track something?
Oh, have you not met Biter yet?
Everyone met Biter.
Yeah, we did for a bit. That doesn't mean they have
I
a
mean,
full
I saw-
context.
I saw the horse for like
He is a steed of Gortog.
a what?
He is a steed of Gortog. He is no ordinary horse.
Can I roll on that?
Sure. You can roll knowledge religion.
Alright, I'm not great at it, but you know.
EC's not going to be super high.
Ha!
Nate, yeah. You know that that's one of the Hume gods. It is their god of the hunt.
Okay. Well, that's one of the human gods, god of the hunt. Yes. Oh, is that who you worship?
I do not worship Gortog. I serve him.
How is Gortog seen in the wider Hume society?
Kind of the Burt Gummer of the gods in many ways.
I was
Wow.
surprised.
That's the best god
he's-
description ever.
So
Yep.
un-
I immediately left him. I went to worship him.
so uncomfortable but very useful.
He is a survivalist god in many ways. When most of the human gods departed, so that, another curse that created and mutated an entire nation and just monsters wouldn't happen again, he basically said, nah, fuck that. I'm just going to hunt monsters in the night sky for a while. And that's basically what he does. He created the constellations in the sky by literally taxidermying monsters up in space.
Amazing.
That is great.
That's fantastic. Oh my god. He's my favorite.
We have Ursa Major because he hunted a big ass bear once.
Gotta watch out for them space bears.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just
Yeah. All good. He is known as being somewhat aloof and difficult to approach. His worshippers tend to basically just be hunters and the like, who just are all like, hey, Gortog, do me a solid. I need to feed my wife and kids when they go out hunting.
Yeah, valid.
Just imagine him just doing finger guns.
Pretty much.
And he's up there
Oh,
like,
I
yeah,
love
whatever,
him.
just blow something
Oh.
up for me.
I get shit,
adore
go kill
him.
some shit.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Just make it cool.
Just he'll look
Yeah,
over and
in
tell
last
you,
session I cast a Crusader's Mantle. You felt his power
Huh.
with all that starry goodness.
Hildegard tilts her head and goes, that is an interesting god to worship.
I suppose. Do changelings have any gods that they actually worship that aren't,
None of their own. They know where they came from. Some of them
Yeah.
almost worship their makers in the northern lands, but most don't.
Why?
Because
Almost
it's
like it made life fucking miserable for us.
Mm-hmm. You guys weren't made with love.
No.
because
No
they're
sugar,
terrible.
spice, and
Nope. Either way. So yes. Proceed.
I am a hound of God. I was placed on this earth to hunt the creatures of the night, and I say that hag is one of them.
That's a raw ass line. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Some boondock saint shit there a little bit.
Hildegard will nod and then goes, I was questioning as to why we didn't go back out after them immediately. Even though what we
Because
found
we
was
were told not to.
I tire of what being told by people who clearly do not care for the girl's safety.
I don't necessarily think Ruben doesn't care. I think he's just too wrapped up in things.
Yes,
He's too afraid.
I do not know what I want. I have lost the only thing I care about. I will save this girl because this is what Nern would have wanted, and she is innocent. But after that, I don't know.
Alright, Garm. What... How are we going to, find Biter, or what do we do?
I can communicate with him if we get close enough.
You have a mental bond with him?
As I said, he is no ordinary horse.
Yeah, I kind of knew that as soon as the first time I saw him, he was eating chicken bones.
It's, believe it or not, that is not so unknown for some horses.
It was the way he
Bones
maintained eye
calcium.
contact.
That is abnormal.
We are both beasts of Gortog. We are of like mind.
Then let's go find
And
her.
personally, I have issues with people hunting children to experiment on them.
Do you have experience?
He's just kind of sitting there smoking his pipe with his tattoo. He's not wearing his gloves. His sleeves are kind of rolled up, so you see all these tattoos. And he's like, sort of.
Then it is settled. We venture into the wilds.
And do you think Biter has had any success?
I do not know. It's been some time since I last heard him.
Must have gone pretty far then.
Yes. Those woods are deep and old.
There is nasty things in those woods, as we have seen already.
Yes.
I think my boys can get us through the woods.
Yes. They could assist us.
The two just kind of puff out their chests a little bit.
No, they definitely get scritches.
If there are tracks to be found, I will find them.
I also was trained in the hunt. We will work together. We will find Biter. And where we will find Biter, we will find the witch.
And perhaps even our witch friend.
Perhaps. Doubtless she will involve herself. Whether we like it or not.
Do not. No, she seemed. She may try to hinder us, not necessarily by her own will.
She won't stand in our way either. Nothing will.
I do not. Mere phrase. They will attempt to stand in our way, but they will not survive. They will not kill our friend if she does not make it necessary.
Nor will we back down.
I think Ruben would be sad if we killed his former girlfriend.
I'm curious to see if she has the third key. If she was friends with this.
That
Shall
is what Ruben said.
I do not think we need to kill her.
I do
No.
not either. I'm saying she might be forced to attempt to stop us. She was bound by some kind of...
She may believe this to be strictly of hag affairs,
Yes.
but it is not. We are all involved now.
Anaphora is like over in her corner going,
Mm.
And that's
I
like
would
3 of you
prefer-
in your own corners. There's only 4 corners in
Yeah.
the room, man.
I got up from my corner.
I
Are you
think,
just walking from corner to corner so you can talk to everybody?
Moody ass bitch party.
Vask
two.
is just probably sitting at the window with his pipe, just like, alright, emos.
Hildegard's probably sitting at like the writing desk where the burbs are perched.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Think you have a good plan?
We should gather
Yes, maybe.
supplies.
If we come across the... Oh, Metaphora.
I was just gonna ask Vivi, it would be for supplies. Would we be able to just ask downstairs?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the guild hall.
I have no money.
I have a lot of money, so if I need to spend a little bit, I will. I did kind of card shark Zeb.
You are the sugar
God.
wizard of the party.
Can you
Sorcerer.
not? Sugar wizard.
Dig it.
He's got a bit of a sweet tooth. What can I say?
Uh,
Oh my god. Supplies should be easy. We're in the guild hall.
Sugar wizard be like, I cast diabetes.
I
What
cast
kind would like to
Clinical
pick
God.
up? There's another weapon I would like to pick up if they have them, but it's not necessary. I don't know if I can afford it.
The more we
I
talk,
have a-
the farther she's going to get, so...
Yes,
We
we
need
have
the rest.
wasted time enough pursuing shadows.
I will say
Oh.
that gaining information is rarely a waste of time.
Yeah.
Although,
All
when it comes out to
um,
hundreds of other things, I do say that we need to move on.
all we have found is death.
Then we should work to do our best to prevent more from occurring.
I agree. I'm going to sleep. Wake me if you need anything. She eyes you up in particular. Oh god. Vask. Sorry, she eyes you up in particular, Vask.
Hmm.
And like,
Wait, why is she staring at him like that?
she just eyes him. She eyes him before she, at the end of her sentence. If there was anything you wish to discuss.
You did bring up the whole having experience with children getting kidnapped.
Yeah, and
I
she's
mean-
also pretty sure you know she's a changeling, for sure. You and Anaphora.
I mean, you did kind of.
You kind of...
Yeah, but she
So-
did.
okay, so
but, like,
Vasco
she doesn't.
Vasco
She doesn't know
actually
all
got to
who-
say, is there something you want me to explain or something you wish to ask? You've been rather tense around me, and I'd prefer not to
You
go
have
into
hunted changelings.
battle.
They were changelings that I do not agree with, and I'm glad that now that I've aware of the context. I'm glad they are gone. All they only serve to make life worse for other changelings.
Ah, yes, the North Wind. It's the North Wind, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Because yes, the North Wind. That was full disclosure. That was an accident. Because of my gifts, I just happened to hear a stray thought that they didn't realize they were thinking so loudly.
Maybe so.
Oh boy, I can't wait to do a terrorism.
Well, that's
Meanwhile, Vask's just eating his soup.
What?
Pardon?
but it goes, DM, or
Mhm.
correct me if I'm wrong, DM, but Vasco's, it was a agent of the Northwind or someone who wished to impress them. They replaced the mayor of a town and was manipulating everyone there to their own goals. That's what happened, right?
Yep.
Just happened to be
Okay,
passing
listen.
through on a different contract, and it just it kind of shrugs.
I see.
That was the only one of the changelings I've discovered in hiding that I ever exposed.
One is enough. But I am grateful you have.
I'm not trying to defend
I'm
myself, but
grateful.
there have been times where I have helped others keep their secrets. People just want to live their own lives under their own control, and I can respect that.
I believe I misjudged you right away once I believe I misjudged you once I realized who you were.
Yes, sometimes the reputation is convenient if it can get tiresome.
She eyes around the room. Hildegard,
Yay.
how are you looking at Nat?
Avoiding eye contact, which isn't abnormal, but this seems excessive.
Okay.
Again,
Do the bird avoid eye contact?
yes, in a fashion. They're trying to mimic, like, because I notice whenever they look at Nat, she gets uncomfortable and tries to look away, as physically infeasible as that is.
Hildegard,
Yes?
if you are attempting to hide the fact that you are avoiding eye contact with me, you are doing a terrible job. We have words, say them. We are going to be going into another life and death situation together. I'd rather you put your cards on the table.
All three sets of eyes turn toward her. Like, Hildegard looks pained and confused, the birds just stare.
Nat has her arms folded, just like.
I don't know what you mean.
Don't lie to me now.
All cards are on the table.
Insight.
Sure, I'll roll a deception. She's shit at it, but I'll do that.
Let's go. I'm not great at this either. Oh yeah.
Boy.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not. Oh, wait. Oh, can I use my moxie for that? This is technically before a short
Do
rest.
you really want to do that? Do you really?
I have.
I was gonna say you've already rolled it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Just gonna say
This
that
is
you're
before a
tired.
short rest. Yeah.
Okay, as far as you can tell, Hildegard doesn't know what you mean.
Hmm. Fine.
She's gonna wince a little bit. Do you mean about the thing in the I was gonna call it a dungeon, the laboratory?
Which thing?
Um,
And
When
her
was-
muscles tense.
the birds puff up at that, but Hildegard winces. I mean, the changing?
He is not a thing.
No, not him. I mean, you during the fight.
Fine, yes. I wasn't sure if you'd seen. And
Is that what you
she turns into her changeling form.
You shrink about almost 2 feet.
Yeah.
Like, the birds don't react, but she flinches.
Are you
The
going
vast
to
doesn't
sell me
react
out
at all.
now? Are you going to tell the Reich so they can wick me as well?
No, I wasn't going to.
You all know. We might as well say so. They just look around at everybody.
This is what you meant, right?
Yes. It is. I was fairly sure. I know some of you had seen. I wasn't sure if you all had. But your reaction made it pretty clear. Easy.
That was quick.
That was quick.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Does this bother you?
Just
She, like,
bites lip. Doesn't want
Drags
to.
a hand across her face. Does this make you frightened?
Just in case people aren't aware, visibly a changeling's pure form, they look like they are made out of melting candle wax, pure black eyes, and no visible mouth or nose.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Hildegard is trying not to say anything, like biting her lower lip, because like politeness says you don't say, "Yeah, this fucking terrifies me." Like if you say no, this doesn't bother me at all, you're a shit liar.
I'm not going to hurt you. You have done nothing to harm me yet. And I would prefer to keep it that way.
I don't want to threaten.
What?
I mean, I don't want to hurt you or anything.
Good. As long as it's not going to get in the way of saving this girl and getting this over with. How about the rest of you? Is this going to become a problem?
I already told you.
Not from me.
What a
Just
person
follow.
is doesn't matter. It's what a person does that does.
Not everyone
God,
thinks
no.
Not everyone thinks that way, but I appreciate it, Anapora and Vast. Some people, and her eyes flicker to. God, I'm so bad with these names. What the fuck? I'm sorry.
Hey, Hildegard
flicker to
again.
Hildegard.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes flicker to Hildegard. Some people don't judge you immediately.
It's another flinch, and she turns away.
Garm.
Doesn't do anything.
He makes eye contact with you. Which if you've ever looked at seen a fucking wolf in the wild, it's very reminiscent of that. And there's there is a soul-to-soul connection for a brief moment.
Who am I to judge you?
Very well. That is dealt with. And she grows back into purple shape. I am going to bed.
We all shall rest now. Dream of blood, for tomorrow we hunt.
I have dreamt of blood for years.
Fucking slow turn to Garm, like holy crap.
He does sort of say it in a way as in, like he's reiterating something he's heard before.
A prayer.
Sounds like a
essentially.
prayer.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like a hunting prayer, yeah.
Still fucking bizarre though.
Oh yes,
The
Most
moment
definitely.
where Hildegard's just all like, I'm surrounded by psychopaths.
Hey, now.
Oh, Vasquez normal.
Alright, fine.
Oh yeah, Vasquez normal.
Yeah,
Sorry.
telepath, telekinetic,
Famous
weirdo with
tattoo
the glowing
guy.
tattoos.
Just ignore me for a second. I'm just looking at something.
Oh, to the stream. Actually, DZ, that thing, you should edit off the mouth and nose of that.
will do.
Is
Can't quite. Oh, sorry.
go ahead. I'll
I was saying you can't quite get the nose off in the forge because there's still a little something.
Damn it.
Is someone willing to stay up with me for an hour while I do something?
Yes.
And she's gonna go sit down cross-legged in the middle of the floor and pull out her her spiritual focus.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not awake for this.
Yeah, I'd say you pass out pretty quick.
Yeah.
And
She's fucking exhausted.
when she lights it, the candle wick flares up orange for a second and then it goes to a bright blue color. And she's gonna sit for an hour with Garm and conduct a spirit session. And it says the number of creatures conducted the ritual, including yourself. I get a spell of a level of that in either divination or necromancy. And
Yep.
I'm gonna grab see invisibility.
All right.
So I have one free cast of see invisibility for if we need it.
Is it too late to say Vasco would have joined in too? Because he's curious.
Sure, yeah, I'd allow that. I mean, it's not like a subtle thing. You're basically putting a seance
was-
together on the floor.
I meant to say he would have stayed up, but I was answering a text and got distracted.
It's all good. Yeah, you could join in.
Yeah, the difference with meanwhile, it's like fucking nerd shit. Let me sleep in peace.
Yeah, there's I'm probably saying this in. Is it Sagarian?
Yep, Saginian.
Saginian? My eyes aren't very good, and this tiny type on my language sheet isn't helping me.
Yep. That's what I'm here for.
Just kind of chanting what sounds like nonsense to most people.
Yeah, creepy. Excellent.
And when the ritual is done, the flame on the candle wick disattaches itself from the candle and floats directly into her heart and glows, and you see it kind of go through underneath her shirt for a second, like it's going through her veins.
Mm.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rad.
And she'll say thank you to whoever stayed up with her, and then she's gonna go to bed.
That was just
so-
like fascinating.
Yeah, that's not a common sort of magic.
And you still don't know what the fuck I am either. That only gave you more questions.
Hmm.
And a 4 on nice. That's all we need to know.
So is she a cleric?
She thinks I'm a good boy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I watched Bad Guys for the first time last night and just tail wagging. Good. It's like good boy, good boy.
Good boy.
Better not awaken anything in me.
Oh no.
That's Puss in Boots.
Yep.
Oh god.
Before going to bed, Vasco would have leafed through the book he retrieved from the lab a little bit.
The
But not
journal?
too much that he gets, but not too much that he doesn't get a rest.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Read to sleep.
Yep. Read the diary of a man that turned you into what you are.
Spoilers.
All right. So. The night passes somewhat eventlessly. It's just the dull sounds of just the wood groaning and creaking, the slight bits of wind against the wooden walls, the stone. Bits of snow falling from the roof on occasion, but it is gentle. It is enough sleep for a short rest. Are you guys going to be trying to rise before the sun, or is sunrise good enough for you guys?
Sunrise is good enough.
All right.
Yeah.
So, as the sun crests, the plentiful snow on the ground, providing plenty of light to hit your eyes. You all awaken at your own time and your own pace. Get your things together, and the morning is yours. What do you do?
Charisma caster, go downstairs, get our supplies.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Which
Um,
charisma caster?
Both of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have all of
one?
them. We have all of them. Which one?
Well, Vasco's the
wrote
one
that
with the
down,
money,
though.
and I'm the
Yep.
one that helps
Yeah.
everybody.
The rich charisma caster.
So I guess Vasco will go with Anaphora to go get the supplies.
Yep. I mean, you all can go if you wish. Just whatever you please.
I'd like to go
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, let's all get the supplies before we head out, and then probably shouldn't waste too much time.
Yeah.
Yep.
See what everybody
Alright.
needs.
You make your way down. The common area is pretty deserted. The fire in the hearth has gone out, with the rising sun kind of casting a dim blue glow through the partially snow-covered glass windows. You see Rousier at the counter and looking through something pretty feverishly, looking kind of antsy back and forth between the door and everything else when he hears you guys coming. Oh, hey, morning.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Let's get your skills feeling itchy.
Expecting company. I also don't like the way that some of my other guests left in a hurry in the wee hours.
Of course they did.
The Reichman.
All of them.
That doesn't sound good.
Didn't know I should have snapped that one's neck.
Their leader came back in force. I don't know if she's blind or not, but she keeps her eyes covered. I don't know
Anaphora's
what it
face
is.
does a complicated motion.
Does that mean anything to me?
That would have explained Singer and the vision Ruben sent.
Yeah, you would have known, heard him
No.
describe that.
Specifically a right cleric wearing a blindfold.
And it's not a
Is that
Nothing
anything I
like-
could have heard, or
No, I wouldn't say that's anybody famous or anything description wise. It's a little unusual, but
okay?
So it's not familiar to Hildegard either, who's more familiar with the right.
I'd say probably not. This seems like pretty small potatoes stuff.
Gotcha.
Still, this seems to be the leader of this particular band who returned, and as Rouster says, they spoke quietly in another room, got out, and all of them just went out all at once. Didn't say a goddamn word. Heard horses, headed south.
They might be coming back in force. Be ready.
They're not going to be able to get out of the valley, so I think that was the in-force. Either way, if they try to come back, I pity the fools. Almost. They'll be the reinforcements I called ought to be down here, and yeah, you'll hear it.
Keep our eyes on the sky, huh?
Yeah. If this is as serious as I think it is, you might be blessed and fortunate enough to meet the seer worm.
Oh, the what?
The sire worm, the second in command, the mate of the
shit.
mother.
That's
Fuck.
a lot.
Rangilar is that kind of guy. He loved that little shit.
Aww.
We can hope to be back to meet them. We have to go out
That,
into the woods today.
if it means anything, I understand.
I don't know what Agvir was doing, and all of this. Wasn't aware he and that Scion kid were connected. I'd never met him. But, God, I had seen the light in the eyes of his parents when they talked about him.
Aww.
He couldn't have been up to anything bad. It's just it wasn't in his character, but
Maybe he was trying to help her in his own way.
it's possible. Either way,
Well, we're
You get
going after
answers.
those who. We're going after those who desecrated him, at least.
yeah. I'm a bit more diplomatic than most of my kin. But I'm still gonna say, you, make them regret that. No matter what you do or how you go about it. Make sure they regret that.
We'll do our
And
very best.
can you do something?
What do you need?
You knew Nern, yes?
Yeah, I knew Nern.
He is dead. If you see Nern, it is not him. Watch out.
Understood. So, I'm guessing you guys have found some answers to all this. Well, keep me out of it for now. The less I know, the less likely I can, somehow, mix air quotes, betray you later. I'm a child of the mountain. I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. I knew exactly what I was going to be getting myself into when I came down to do this job. I'll have help very soon.
Good.
Just be wary. I haven't seen Walder since yesterday morning.
I was about to ask about that.
Yeah. I have a distinct feeling he's probably not here, and I don't like to think about where he might be and what he might be there for.
No. She's kind of pinching the bridge of her nose. Like she wants to ask more, but she's also got to focus on what she's doing today. She goes, We're going out into the woods to look. Are there any supplies that you could spare?
You have a whip.
Whip?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. I'll look. Is there anything anyone else needs?
Gotta look through Waldorf's things for the whip.
Some food, I suppose.
Rations, tinder boxes, tents. You know he wouldn't mind. Walder's wagon's still hitched up and his mule. You want to use that to carry supplies. Might make a bit of a racket and slow you down, but you may be out there a while.
I'm gonna turn and look at Garm and see what he thinks about that, because he's the expert on this tracking stuff.
Yeah, where we're going, a donkey in a wagon may not be able to follow.
Yeah.
Possibly more
Mhm.
reliability.
Yeah.
I don't think otherwise.
Right. Heading out into the country then. Just be wary. Danger can come from anywhere out there.
The
I'm
tent.
strong enough to carry some things if need to be, but
The
Well,
tent might not
let
be
me
a
see.
bad idea.
I can get you a couple tents. Looks over the three of you, looks at the height difference with Nat compared to the others. I could do 3. You can spare 3.
don't
You
worry.
guys have
Don't
your own
worry.
bedrolls.
Do I?
Do we?
Yep. I have an explorer's pack which comes with the bedroll, but
Yep.
not a tent.
I'd assume you guys, you're traveling out on the road, you're level 10. You guys have your own bedrolls.
Okay.
It's not listed in the Dungeoneer's pack for a bedroll, but yeah, I'll just throw a bedroll in there.
I also
Yeah,
have
it's
a
just-
Monster Hunter's pack.
It makes no sense that by level 10 you're not used to having your own bedrolls.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially me, who I was trekking on my own.
Yep. Just,
You have a
got
bedroll.
some
You have a
extra
pile of leaves.
Got some extra blankets, Biden's an old kettle here I can lend out.
Ooh,
Mr. Chef.
I do
Got
have
the kettle.
utensils.
Do you guys need a tinder box?
I've got one.
yeah,
Actually,
Alright.
she says as she pulls out a cigarette and lights it.
Also cut one.
And Vask has his pipe that's self-lighting. We can use that too.
It's like, right, with magic. All right. Well,
Prestidigitation. If I want to be not subtle, I could just firebolt a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
you could.
Careful fire.
I knew a young wizard who did that once. They wound up blowing up the campfire and setting the whole camp on fire.
Oh yes, no, I'm
God.
speaking from
Oh.
experience. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, if you guys stay in the area around when the studies and the schools sessions come back, especially during summer when they do all the bonfires and shit out there by the towers,
Yeah.
happens with one dipshit every single time. It's hilarious.
Of course.
I think we should buy some extra rations.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
You don't need to buy. It's on me this time. Just
Are you sure?
yeah. I don't do this for
Feeling
money.
generous. How do you feel about potions?
I don't have too many of those to go around, but if you got anything in particular, I can dig when I'm digging for the whip. If you don't mind waiting a few minutes.
As fast as you can go.
So, see what you got.
All right.
turn
I
that
don't know if I can
one
give
potion.
away everything I've got in the pack, but I'll look.
I mean,
Maybe there's something in
I-
that
I-
weird false bottom wall I found.
I'd be more than willing to compensate.
I appreciate that, famous guy.
Every time someone mentions that, it's just Vask, just kind of just a moment of just staring off in the distance.
Just this. Yeah.
The slightly strained smile.
Okay. All right. He goes in. About 10 minutes pass. Comes out.
Might as well.
Using
have
that
yourself
10 minutes,
breakfast.
could I ritual cast a telepathic bond so that we have it up for at least the hour that we start?
Yeah, sure. You got time for that.
Good idea. Yeah.
We'll have to re-up it every once in a while because it only lasts an hour, but I think with enough prep time, it's only 10 minutes to cast it ritually, and that's still a big tactical advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I concur. Nat pulls out a flask every once in a while and just fucking down something.
All right, he comes back out. No luck on the whip. Sorry, I thought I found one, but it turned out it was just rope.
That's understandable.
Yeah, it's a bit of an exotic weapon for these parts. Shame on that.
Fine.
I found these. Produces 2 little bottles. This one, not actually sure what either of these do. Yeah, neither of them were labeled. I just dug them out. I guess
Can
they're
I-
potions.
Investigate them?
Get off Arcana.
They are old, dusty bottles with no clear labeling on them.
Okay,
Get
fair
out
enough.
Arcana to check them out. I also have herbalism kit, but I don't know if that would help with proficiency, but I don't know if that would help with potions.
That's more so for helping with like making a potion. Identifying one a mystery meat when like this is hard to say.
I mean, I do have I am trained in Arcana, so.
Yep.
I have
One of them is a slick black liquid. Just
Ugh.
looks very very oily.
15?
15. Okay. They both
Wait,
definitely
did
look
you
the
say you were
part of
gonna
magic
help?
potions.
Anaphora?
I have detect magic, but that's not gonna do much except tell us what,
School, yeah.
All right, so you
I don't have Identify.
so one of them has a black oily thing. It's a long, thin, cylindrical glass bottle. The other one, let me see, rolling for it. Yep, the other one has an orangey residue to it, but kind of grayish as well, near the top, kind of layered,
Hmm.
like
Huh.
oil and water in a sense.
Well, can't hurt if the time comes.
Just, yeah, best of luck. This is the best I got to help with, unfortunately. So hoping to get a bit more supplies before winter came in. Plus side, we're gonna have one heck of a spring. People are dead. Well, best of luck. I won't hold you back. You see any other silver scales coming this way? Point them to, just tell them I'm at the guild hall waiting for them. Give them details.
If you see Narn, there's little dot for me.
Probably just freeze him where he stands.
Be careful.
watch
He's
out for Waldo.
Not normal.
I'm not sure.
Keep
where
an
the
eye
plan
open.
is gone, but everything that's happened.
The older was the one who told you to carry that crate, right? In the first place?
He was involved in that, yes.
That's why I'm worried.
I mean,
Or
I
is it-
suppose that would be a decent cover. No one expects the old man who's so addled that he accidentally flashes people.
I hope he is not involved in the summer quarter. I hope he is merely a unintentional third party. That's cool. I don't want to be here anymore. She turns and she leaves.
All right. You step out into the snowy day. The snow has come down once again during the night. Winter is here in full force. for this exact moment while you're in town, at least until things get plowed and cleared away, you guys are technically in difficult terrain, but we're not in combat yet, so that's not something that's going to affect things yet.
Yeah.
I would like to, since we're heading out soon, I would like to launch Laug and have him fly overhead to see if there's anyone paying attention when we leave.
All right. Let's see what that burb has to see.
Okay. Sorry. Gotta maneuver to my sheet. No more roll. Not a goddamn thing, Captain.
Jeez.
So it's
Aw.
coming down pretty heavy.
No problem. Yeah.
You don't know anybody looking out for you in any way. The bird
May
just kind of
I-
looks around and sees nothing. Then he
May I
sees
make that same look?
I'll
Just
still keep him flying Overwatch, though.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, look around. Absolutely.
yeah. Not gonna.
11.
Not
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah, you don't see anything either. The town, the surrounding area, looks pretty deserted.
Yeah. It's been very quiet so far this winter.
Okay. Which direction should we be heading towards?
The woods are that way.
I mean,
It'll help if we
for,
travel by map.
for Garm, because he would know exactly where the last time he heard the horse in his head.
It was over here-ish.
That's
that
where you
we
guys were when you
found.
encountered it, yeah. They went south from there.
Yeah.
The last you made contact with Biter, he was in the woods.
Yeah.
So maybe closer to this
Yeah.
area.
Heading southward.
All right, we're just gonna use the crows for you guys to represent you guys.
As the crow flies.
It's for ravens, you racist.
Okay,
As the
fine.
ravens fly.
You're rat birds.
There we go.
I don't know.
Nice.
Ravens seem more like raccoon birds.
I accept garbage burb.
You're little bastards.
Yes. Little bastard man.
Bastard man.
Oh.
All right, so you guys are proceeding south early morning. Let's get that going. And time for some travel music.
Bowbarrow is where we
They-
came from, right?
Yeah, it's the logging town down the main road.
Yeah, it's where my one other friend lives.
Would you say it's about been 2 or 3 days since the
2
we
days.
found the? Yeah, so in that mind, he's gonna at least try to angle for what Biter could reasonably cover in 2 days.
Right.
Hopefully, just in the general area will help him sync up.
Strikes you for a moment that you realize you've never seen Biter going at full speed.
That is true.
It's also terrifying.
It's like, I actually don't know how fast he can go.
The one thing I can count on is his predilection for snack breaks.
It's true.
It kind of makes sense for a horse. They rarely get up to speed unless they have to. They tend to just trot.
Biter is not a broken horse. He is very self-motivated.
Mm-hmm.
I say
Yeah,
horse
and,
with quotation marks.
Meat motivated.
Yeah, which
Motivated.
ironically makes him a bit more reliable to survive on his own.
All right. So do you guys stick to the main road and head south, or are you just going to cut right through country to save time? Both are pretty snow-covered, So
Anaphor is
Yeah,
gonna
like,
follow
I mean,
whatever
it's-
Garm wants to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is his territory. The city was mine.
Yeah, considering that the roads would be covered, I don't imagine it's going to be any easier going.
probably not.
But sticking to the road means monsters might show up less.
Yep.
And if we need to seriously get through some snow drifts, it'll take a bit, but I can make us like a furrow using sheep water to kind of snowplow a path at least through it.
Absolutely. All right. So, first thing as you guys are traveling, if you guys are, well, actually no, I'm sorry, I moved a little too fast there. So you are going as the crow flies, or are you sticking to the road?
Crow flies.
All right, gonna be cutting straight south. Noted. I need a volunteer to roll a d8 for me.
I don't do it.
Direct.
Pew.
A 2. Okay. Oh, that's good actually. For me.
Okay.
For
Oh,
me.
God.
Ah.
Not for you.
So, thankfully for you guys, as you begin progressing, at first at the start of the day, it's very heavy snowfall coming down. There's wind blowing it in your face, and then off to the side, then from behind. Can't commit to a single direction. But then it starts to ease off, and the snow becomes light. Your visibility is fine, and the snow is not piling up around you. You could even see little bits of blue sky here and there. It's the first light snow since you guys got here.
The winds are favorable.
For now.
All right.
I will make sure Laug has an eye out for like trails or ways through the snowbanks.
Anything unusual? Any signs of other things having gone through there?
Well, yeah, general lookout, but he's also, looking for like an easier way.
Absolutely. Okay. You can roll a perception again as the time goes by.
Oh Lord.
Go, Burb.
Go, Burb, go.
Oh,
my God.
Okay. This will not count. I'm rolling one more just for my own conscience. Okay, that one does not count. That was purely for me.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna say we're just gonna flavor something here. As it's Lauga you sent flying up.
Yeah, he's the scout.
Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, so as Lauga's flying around, just taking in sights, just lots of white. It's pretty much just open plains at this point. Back when he was in the town, he did not notice it, but his flying around, well, it pissed off a local. For a brief moment, he sees nothing as a seagull attacks him.
Battle of the air. Battle of the air rats.
Yep. So you're just suddenly subjected to him getting bushwhacked for a moment as this flash of white feathers and rage just barrels into him, squawking really loudly. You all look up, hearing it echoing out over the open country, and see there is one very determined gull that is not happy that raven is in the sky right now. So
when that happens, Raug immediately puffs up, then just shoots off to go help his brother. And as Hildegard is left with two visions swirling around white feathers and rage, she just grabs the nearest person.
Yeah, you're probably feeling a little nauseous right now.
Yeah, it's like...
It'd be funny if it was Nat.
That actually does raise a good question. What is the marching order here? I'm assuming Garm's in the lead.
Yeah.
I would imagine I would be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I'll trail towards the back.
Hildegard would probably not be too far from Anna, so yeah, it could be Nat.
I think Vest could be after Garm just in case he has to move snow out of the way.
All right, so Garm, Vask, Anaphora. So we'll say Hildegard, then Anaphora, then Nat bringing up the rear.
Okay. So yeah,
Noted.
as the two ravens gang up to curb stomp the seagull, she's just grabbing on, looking ill, because it's like if you're looking through one of them vision like alternate reality fucking headsets, and then they just
Oh,
started
yeah.
to spin out of control.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Just
Imagine
so
that,
nauseous when
but
the
from
two screens just go separate.
but from two different perspectives at the same time.
You were looking green pretty fast.
I'll reach out and steady her once, you know.
And you
All
can't
right.
even say, just close your eyes.
No.
Do I see the seagull in the air?
It's not hard to see it. It's loud. There's just lots
can
of squawking.
Can I pick up a rock and just fucking nail it out of the air?
Well,
And
there's
Vasquez
a lot of heavy snow cover, so unless you've got a rock on your person, you're gonna have to search for one.
Vasquez says,
God, no,
just launch a snowball.
Actually, yeah. Can I throw a snowball? I have proficiency in improvised
A
weapons.
snowball.
Do
just
it.
telekinesis.
Do it. I want to
Yes,
see what happens.
11. It's a seagull, though.
It's a seagull. Okay, hold on. I don't think there is a stat block for seagulls, but
There is
Is
not.
that like owl or bird?
Yeah,
There
there is
are.
generic bird.
Oh,
There's
wait, no.
generic bird, owl, and raven.
but Spelljammer had space seagulls.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Would that be a space gull?
They're called mollymawks.
Oh.
They look like albatrosses with 4 eyes.
Oh.
Oh, that misses, but it's really, really close.
Fucker. Now it's personal. Now I'm
It's been-
trying again.
Okay, so this is happening now.
It is 27.
Okay, the first one slows it down. The second one, roll damage.
All right.
Oh no.
6.
Okay, so the seagull's back gets broken.
Like,
No.
I will say, the moment it hesitates or shows any weakness, the two ravens just begin ripping it apart.
Yep.
Oh, no.
You're just eating it in the midair and you're even greener.
Yeah.
Oh. Vasquez watching is like, I gave you the. And he's just like, I gave you the snowball, thinking that would like let it survive compared to a rock, but oh god.
It just plummets down to its death in the snow, just leaving behind a bird-shaped imprint about 20 feet away from you guys.
Oh,
It made its last mistake.
boys come back looking
Nature is
obscenely proud.
beautiful.
They're puffed up, and there's just this "I got you, bro" attitude coming from Raug towards Loke.
We turn around and Garm's like 60 feet ahead of us.
Garm didn't even notice.
He's not judging. Circle of life.
All right, so as you guys progress southward, a couple hours pass. At one point, you pass by the remains of an old farmhouse that looks
Oh.
very old and very weathered down.
Should I check it out? Or should we keep going?
We press on.
Take just a. Okay.
What time of day is it?
Mid-morning at this point. You
Okay.
guys have been walking for like 2 hours.
Let's mark it on the map as someplace we can take shelter if we need to. out
Yeah.
this way.
That's a
But
good
wait.
idea.
Yeah,
But
this
we
little
have-
shelter right here.
Yeah, but we have no reason to stop at the moment.
I would,
It's right by just a very short walk from the roadside.
Okay.
I would, since we're
Hey, there could.
pretty close to the
Go
road
ahead.
right now, I would like to do a perception check to see if I can see any horse prints that
Mhm.
indicate that maybe the Reich came by this way and about what time.
Okay.
Good idea.
Perception.
Yeah. I will give you aid.
Okay, so that would give me An advantage?
Advantage. Yep. Advantage. 15. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. You guys, especially as you get out further into the wild, it becomes much more obvious. Yeah, you can see where the road is, and partially anyway, you definitely see the tracks of several horses and some minor erratic snowbanks created by them. It looks like it's been a few hours. It's starting to partially cover. They definitely have a lead on you, but they were heading south as well.
Hmm.
She'll point them out.
Mm,
Should we get away from the road just in case?
Perhaps.
oh yes. I think so.
Right.
That they left in force indicates they are moving with purpose.
All right. So as the crow flies, you guys start breaking away from the trail and heading closer to the mountains. Say around this point, I am gonna need another volunteer to roll a d12.
D12. Never mind.
I would like to do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Go on, Fearless Tracker.
6.
See?
Okay.
Middle of the road.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, this one's fun.
But we're
All
not on the
right.
road.
So as you guys are moving, you're not seeing much in the way of tree cover yet, but the light snow, the view of the mountains surrounding, now that you can get a good look at them, it's breathtaking, all frankness. There's exposed, very dark rock that's been windswept by the coast and the biting winds that come from it. There's hanging stalactites and icicles that are just... they could kill a dragon if they fell on them.
Hmm.
And as you're all just taking in the scenery, beginning to see just the beginning signs of growth and brush ahead, Garm, as you're trudging through the snow, you feel something beneath your feet as you're trudging along. Feels like you kicked over a pile of rocks. Probably about 1.5 foot of snow here. So there's no way you could have seen anything, but it definitely feels like that.
Watch your step.
Well, why?
Get something.
What?
made it clear in the
Something.
Kind of looks
Well,
at
let's
you
not-
like it's like gestures at all the snow, as in
Let's not resort to that yet if it's something harmless under the snow.
I just want to see what it is. Shape ladder move and just moves to
There you
use it to
go.
see what.
All right, so you push aside a little bit, which is a fascinating thing to see as this amount of snow just moves away.
Ugh.
Looks like you're watching a time-lapse shot of snow melting almost. Only it's happening in real time. You behold that there was a slight exposed space underneath the snowbank. Almost like a cave made out of snow where the snow had been tamped down. And there are tiny little piles of rocks that look kind of like little bitty houses.
Oh.
And you look down, especially things cleared, you see a bunch of little shapes scurrying away into the
Whoa.
darkness of the snowbank. You see these
Um,
little guys.
What the fuck?
Like fucking the size of ants?
I think
They're
I'd
like the size of field mice.
Oh my god.
Chewingas.
For a second, I thought we accidentally stepped on the Smurfs.
If it was the Smurfs, I would have stomped it.
Okay, what are these?
Chewingas. Do you remember
Chewingas.
Chip from The Underdark? He was
This
a
is an-
chewinga.
This is an Arctic variety of them. They are
Oh,
dressed in little bits of dried grass and the like, but they are tiny little things wearing masks about the size of a field mouse.
Oh my
And they are
god.
very upset.
What
Alright, let's hold on.
what do we know of
Shit.
Chewingas?
I would say if anyone likes, they can roll an Arcana check.
I would
would-
like to.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
like to. No idea if I actually.
I don't have
Oh,
any,
shit.
so
14, 14, 17.
Good
Okay.
job. Good job,
Right.
small child. You listened in school.
I'll
Nerd.
try, I guess. I don't
It
have
makes
anything.
sense that Doors and Garm would know.
Okay, Anaphor, I'm going to say that just through some lapse, especially with your lack of magical training, you've never heard of these little things. They're just these adorable, tiny little nature. They're clearly some kind of spirit, elemental thing, and they're running around just panicking, trying to get things picked up. They're rapidly putting rocks together like they're building little tiny battlements.
Oh no, and she's going to help them.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
With-
Do we know what these are? The rest of us?
Okay, I would say that. Yeah, I'd say that you and Nat are aware of them. And for the 15s and up, so for Garm and Hildegard, you've learned a little bit more about them through your own training. Chwingas are nature spirits. They tend to inhabit wild places where nature is pristine and undisturbed. They largely keep to themselves, but they know little secrets. They are sometimes associated with druidic magic and nature things. They are benign. They are very small. It is so easy
Aw.
to so easy to hurt these little guys.
I will
Do-
kneel
do I-
down.
Look guilty.
Anaphor is just helping
Yeah.
them build their little battlements.
He has stopped, and Garm has stopped also. Oh, he is
I believe these are Chewingas.
Yeah,
Yes,
I've read
spirits of
about
the
them, but I've never
land.
seen them.
I heard about them from other adventurers.
I've heard of them.
Um,
She'll,
Bad.
and the,
Do
she'll
I-
help.
Mhm.
She'll help Anaphora pick things back up.
Yeah, Vask wants to use shape water to try and rebuild the little cavern they had.
Okay,
With-
so they are very visibly confused by these massive giants suddenly helping them build the things they were going to use to defend themselves with. Lots of stopping, lots of turning back and forth, lots of weird little. They sound kind of like a mix of the tiny little songbirds and mice, kind of a chirping sound of the way they speak. It's very fast.
Aw.
With that roll, do I know if they like anything, like random items or offerings?
They are little pack rats. Any random assorted junk that they feel like they can use in their society, they will.
Okay, then Hildegard will take 5 of her pythons and place them in front of the gathered collection
Oh,
of little pack elementals.
and Vask will, he's like, oh, good idea. And he'll reach into, because he's got so many of these from both his herbalism and just the experiment stuff. He pulls out some glass vials and puts them down. Glass is probably very valuable to them. These vials are probably as tall as they are.
Yep, they immediately stop and just huddle around these strange objects in a perfect Pikmin-esque circle. Flip them over.
I apologize.
Start carrying them off into underneath the snow, and you can just hear things kind of getting cobbled together. They seem a little bit more calm now and are kind of still looking up at this group of titans that are looking down at them. And then just scurry off back to their business.
We should
Oh,
probably
yeah.
leave them to be.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes. Let us go.
I have been told it is good luck to earn a Chewinga's favor.
Well, we destroyed it first and then fixed it, so I don't know where that lands.
I mean, we apologized immediately, so they
Yes.
That's what the
You guys
offerings
look
are for.
down, and they have constructed a tiny little campfire
Aww.
surrounded by all the glass vials, and it's kind of like reflecting light through them,
Oh,
Aww.
kind of painting the surrounding little clearing that they're in. Some of them are even dancing. They're moving way faster than you'd think they would. And they have turned the pythons into little battlement spikes that they have stuck around their perimeter.
the next person who comes across them is totally getting one of those shoes.
Yeah, they're gonna get that right in their foot.
Yeah.
Shop palisade.
Then they start gathering around the house that Garm accidentally knocked down. And one little bitty one looks up in Garm's direction. Then they proceed to start trying to assemble the stones back together, little smooth river pebbles mostly. Some little chunks of quartz and like here and there.
He will
Aw.
bend down and personally try to fix that one,
So,
picking up the bigger rocks for them.
Okay, you help with that. I will say a few minutes pass through that. Snow starts to come down, but when you are done and things are assembled and the damage is repaired, one of them steps forward and Kodama style disappears, reappears on top of the snowbank, bows a little bit, then points somewhere nearby, and you guys look up, and there's a little thicket of trees about 100 feet away from you that wasn't there before.
Whoa.
Garm turns away from that, looks at the Kodama, and he does a gesture of thank you.
It does a little bow and then scurries well down into the snow and just kind of disappears.
Do they have any kind of like basin or something? Like something where they put liquid?
Not that you could see. I mean, they probably have little bowls and the like, maybe little thimbles that they've collected.
Hmm.
They're very shy about exposing their proboscises.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything small enough. I don't have anything small enough to give them a tiny bit of alcohol.
Do not make alcoholics out of the chewing gum.
No.
As Garm gets back up to his full height, he does admit,
I know we are pressed for time, but there are many dark things in this world. Chewingas are not one of them.
I'm glad I got to finally see some. I always thought they sounded like, well, adorable kind of gestures at the little village.
I suppose so.
I've even heard some lucky adventurers have them as their familiars.
Lucky indeed.
Hannafore is just like, I just think they're very nice.
I'm glad we were able to fix the harm we caused.
Yes, and it appears our kindness has been repaid.
gesturing toward the thicket.
The shortcut, perhaps?
Perhaps. Not all that is old is malign.
I mean, if you trust them, I trust them too.
All right. So, do you guys head to the thicket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
All right. All right. Very quickly, you see the trees are, well, they have they don't feel like winter. They have their foliage on them, and they have a difficult color to describe. Kind of, it's a bit more on the burgundy side with the leaves. But you can see in the center, just perfectly placed, there is a little shrub. Wow. Property damage, motherfucker. And you see a little bush that is covered in bright blue berries.
Oh. What are these?
Just immediately the ravens jump on the berries.
Yep.
Don't
Oh,
you
wait.
fucking
So,
don't stop
yeah, the
them.
ravens fly over there. Nothing they can do can stop this. And
That's
they both
like-
pluck one up and eat it. And Hildegard, you can sense what they're feeling in that moment. They both suddenly feel like they've eaten enough to make it through an entire day.
Aha.
Oh,
I'm
they
just-
even put berries.
I would just imagine they quickly swallow one and they're moving to bite the other and they just pause and go, huh.
Yeah,
The urge is gone.
they
This is
pause,
what
mouth
Phil feels
open. It's
like.
like, huh, this is weird.
I don't need to eat 50 of these. Huh.
I'm almost disappointed.
Eats a second one anyways.
Garm carefully plucks one.
Think
What I think they are.
Same. Just,
Well, they're berries. Mm,
Good berries.
what?
very nice of them to provide this. And she'll eat the
Yes.
one berry.
Yeah, I've heard of these where certain magics can make them, or just they sometimes you can find them growing. They just one a day will keep you fed.
Oh,
Should we grab a few or that be inconsiderate?
Let's not be greedy.
Maybe
Just
you each
perhaps
take
a
a
few.
handful. How many are on the bush?
It's
Like,
a
if
pretty
it's
full thing.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'd
just,
say we probably take a handful each.
Mm-hmm.
okay, like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
4
Oh.
good berries.
If you wish.
Don't want to take too many, just in case.
Fast will take 7. He
7.
wants to try. He's a chef. He wants to try something.
Alright, alright.
You're not feeling particularly hungry right now, but hey.
You'll make one of those like super fancy meals that have like half an inch of food on it, but you actually feel full. It's like,
Okay.
I have done the
What those
impossible.
pretentious douchebag celebrity chefs actually think they're serving people.
Exactly.
I'll take 3. And it also nice like to pluck off a leaf and put a drop of my flask in it, and just put it nearby.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
what
They'll
you
get
should
it.
do? You know what you should do? Put one of the berries
Huh?
in your flask.
Oh,
Oh my god.
fermented good berry.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Sarah, we're doing it again.
I don't. it
We come
worked
back
in
to the village and
Pathfinder.
everyone's just racked the fuck out.
Hey, it's
This is-
just a. It's not a lot. It's just a. It's like enough for them to like get maybe
Yeah.
like kind of buzzed.
Yeah, you give what you think is a fair amount, but turns out they're heavy drinkers.
Vask is just like, I could give you another vial.
Should
But
we
they can
give the
still use
Chewingas
the vial
devil
at the end.
weed?
She doesn't like say what she's doing. She just like plucks off a leaf and puts a drop in and puts it down.
Who do you? It's like give them devil weed. Who do you think cultivates it in the wild?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Well,
they're
they're
nature
swinging swamp
spirits.
farms.
They're nature spirits. They know where the devil weed is. They know where the hyper devil weed is. Like you're lucky if their clothes aren't made of devil weed. So if anything tries to eat them, they're fucked.
I mean, I knew a vineyard that hired vine methods to protect them, as they got paid in a bottle of wine for each harvest.
That's cool.
Let us
All right,
proceed
so as you
onward.
guys collect and leave behind certain gifts, as you depart, when the last of you leaves the clearing, if any of you were to turn around, you'd see it is instantly gone. Like it was
Oh,
never
no.
there.
Old magic.
The sun's a little higher in the sky now. I'd say you guys doing that took about to early afternoon.
Yeah. We need to get moving
Let's
again.
watch your step.
Garm breathes deeply of the cold air.
was looking forward to coming here, to the ancestral land.
Is this considered holy by your deity?
This place was one of the first that humans came to, fleeing from the north. There were many dangers, many obstacles, hardships. My people were needed more then than ever.
People?
Hunters of Gortog.
Ah, your order. I see.
If such a word can be applied.
Would you prefer your chaos of Kortog? She half smiles, trying to make a really bad joke.
Vask does snort.
You get a little smile out of Anaphora.
Hey.
Nat is stone faced.
A pack, perhaps.
Oh yes, your god venerates hounds, does it not?
Yes. Just as he is the god of night, he is the god of hounds.
Ah, I do not know much of them.
It is in places like this where he is most called upon. Where the lands are easy and tamed, there is less need of him, less need of us.
This guy, y'all are fucking pansies.
That's pretty much it.
I don't know what you're talking about. My childhood homes suck ass.
Though our encounter just now reminds me, not all is dark, even in places like this.
In the dark places, the light shines brighter.
Oh, it's wonderful to hear this.
There's a little chuckle from Vask at that little thing Anavor did.
No more platitudes. Let's just go.
She's a goddamn poet, you know.
Yeah.
You sound a bit like the preacher at my old church.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a reason why he sowed the night sky. So people would not be so afraid.
I was surprised at that, because that's, you only hear, oh, that's the brutish, ignorant god of brutish ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear, he made the night sky beautiful so people would accept it. Don't hear that shit.
Should I ruin that impression?
Yeah.
It's like it is said that the constellations themselves are great beasts that he felled and strung them up in the night sky.
To Garm, that's incredibly relaxing.
Face contorts of a mixture of surprise and a little bit of disgust. Like, oh, kind of like, oh, there it is.
Perhaps you think it macabre, but it shows that nothing is invincible. That there are powers out there that watch out for us. But, as she said, enough platitudes.
And he continues to lead the march.
Indeed.
Alright, as you are moving further south, the mountains on either side of the valley are beginning to press in a little bit closer. Trees are within plain view. You still haven't, heard anything from Biter.
Knowing him, he's
Like,
probably
how-
neck deep in a carcass.
I could
God.
send a message, like it's you sending on Biter, but there's no way they could reply.
You should be able
I
to just
mean,
telepathically talk to him.
don't jinx yourself.
Yeah,
You might be able to.
why he hasn't used Detect Thoughts around Biter. He's afraid of what he might hear.
Imagine you shoot a sending and goes, "Hey," or it's just "Ha."
It's like, oh, it's you.
Okay.
The vague
it's
impression of
you.
a smiley face.
God.
Alright, so as you guys progress, roll a perception check, anybody who wishes.
I do wishes.
Okay, I wish I could get another roll that isn't a 4.
And I would like to use Moxie Point
Alright.
If you want to.
to
For a second, I
gain.
thought that when he
Oh,
was by
you know
roll that
what?
I was.
Never mind. I'm just gonna roll normal.
Alright. Hildegard to the
Ah.
Ravens is gonna look out.
7.
Mhm.
But her, she is visibly elsewhere. That makes sense.
Yep.
How did Nern feel about winter? Maybe.
Winter was usually the time he had to hunker down. It wasn't the most pleasant time. It meant no trade could come in. He was stuck for a little while.
Hmm.
Okay.
I am looking.
Yeah. All right. That's actually kind of fitting. So Anaphora is the first to spot it, but as you look over to eastward, you see the tallest mountain in the region. And you can very quickly see that it is clearly a dragon lair. Because it is carved out around the side in ice. The mountain peak itself has been fortified almost entirely by walls and battlements of ice. There are various holes carved throughout it. You can see little bits of torchlight around some vague portions of it. And you are the only one that hears it over the wind, but you can faintly hear a screech and something disturbing the wind in the higher sky up in the cloud cover. It sounded big. Everyone else, only Hildegard catches any of it, but she just catches an echo coming off of the mountains. It sounds a lot further away, but Anaphora, you get the vibe that something very large is flying above the cloud cover right now.
Ooh.
The dragon is moving.
That is from Mount Gileal. Gileali.
Mm-hmm.
And it was silver dragons, right?
Yeah, it's a silver dragon's lair, yes.
'Cause that's what the younger one we found, and
Mm-hmm.
was Rouse here also a silver dragonborn?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Glances at the others. Do we need to hide or?
I think not.
I don't think it's worried about us right now.
Hopefully, when we return, we will return with a stop that we have avenged its kindred.
That would be nice.
All right. So we're at a bit of a crossroads here. You guys can continue south through the valley in the open country, or you can start going into the forest.
The forest will be slower going, but it may lead us closer to Biter.
I'm still following your lead.
Yes, you are the one who knows this life.
I'll trust you with this, Skarm. Whatever you think is best for us to do.
You would know your horse better than any of us.
I would not say he's mine. He's a wild one.
He's gonna press towards the woods.
Alright.
Vast kind of looks over at Anaforda and he's like, I meant that as more like your acquaintance rather than, yours and ownership.
I don't think anything could own that horse. Which could be good.
Alright, so
Unless the horse is already dead, we just don't know it yet.
Harsh.
Hildegar's actually gonna lightly, like, not exactly slap, but just like a tap at Nat's shoulder and just actually, for once, doesn't look afraid. She actually kind of looks a little miffed at that.
What?
Don't say that about someone's animal companions.
Frowns at you.
I understand what she meant.
It
This
is, a
life is
danger.
not without its perils.
It is a possibility we must consider.
Yes,
I hope it not to be true, but
It is, but you don't
There-
say it like that.
why would you prefer me to say it? Would you prefer me to beat around the bush?
Other ways to be than a blunt instrument.
When all you have is a hammer.
Learn to use it better? I don't know.
When all you have is a hammer.
use your teeth.
God.
all
I
right.
do
So
not.
which? Go ahead. Finish your thing.
I hope Biter is alive. I have no desire to see the horse injured or dead. But he is in the woods with the hags. The possibility has been in all of our minds. I am just voicing it.
All right.
I
so-
understand your concern, but believe me, he's rather hard to put down.
It's the same,
Implication.
it's the same energy of I've tried.
I
Okay,
once
so-
saw him leap off a cliff chasing a hare. An hour later, he came back fine.
Straight face. He truly is the strongest of all of us.
All right.
Maybe
So
we should
continuing
keep
through the
these
valley or
people
heading into the
obsessed with
woods?
Power from capturing
To the
Biter then.
woods.
Into the woods.
Woods.
All right. You were saying, Sarah?
No, I was just joking. Like, maybe we should keep these people obsessed with finding beings of power away from Biter then.
Hard to conduct
That's good.
experiments with no fingers.
God.
I'm just imagining someone tries to use Mage Hand near him and somehow he bites off the ethereal fingers.
God.
Eye
Tastes like
contact
empty
with
calories.
once again.
With their luck,
Try to
whoever's
clone
experimenting.
monsters. Just cloning monsters from Biter just turns into a Jurassic Park situation within like 12 hours.
Everything just goes to chaos.
It would end up that the person trying to, get godhood from themselves would accidentally give it to the fucking horse. Or he'd take it for himself.
We're fine. We closed the door. Biter opens it.
There are some horses who could do that. It's weird.
Mhm.
It's terrifying.
Sorry.
Into the woods.
All good.
Keep log flying overhead. It's now we have even less a visual, you know.
Yep, it is. As I've mentioned before, this is Siberian taiga forest in terms of terrain. The trees are sparse, many of them are bent over in the wind, some of them are just dead, some of them are large. It is clearly a fight for survival during the colder months where everything just hunkers down. Travel is definitely slower and things are a lot more tangled. I will need a survival check from Garm if you're still leading to see how much ground you guys can cover.
Very well. Does anyone want to give aid before I roll it?
I would like to, but I'm not very good at it. So,
I will. I have a
I'll
5 in
give
it.
you. There you go.
18. Okay, good job. Okay. You guys make very good time, actually. You traverse rivers, gullies, around trees. You manage to keep a trail consistent where you know where you've been. You don't ever find yourself going in circles. The sun begins to set. You traverse around hills. You are... Oh, you make it about to here as the sun starts to set.
All right.
I believe we are near Bone Barrow. But I would rather rest for now.
How tired are we, Vivi?
Next to those good berries, you're actually feeling pretty good, but it is starting to get dark.
And cold. Temperature's probably dropping pretty quick without the sun.
That it is.
Find a place to set up a camp.
I could
then.
possibly
Alright.
make
Yeah.
this clear out the snow too, if we find a good place.
How many tents did we get?
3. That's how many he had to spare.
That's
So is
Alright.
it raining like the sound effects suggest?
It's more
I
snow
think that's-
coming down than anything.
Yeah, snow coming down and branches rustling.
The snow is still pretty gentle. That's managed throughout the day. All right, so as you guys go and look for camp, I will need one. Actually, let's do a group survival check.
Oh God!
Fun.
Okay.
Can,
Oh no! Are
can I
you
have-
sure?
can I have Loud give me advantage?
Sure, yeah, the birds can provide advantage.
I'm so sorry.
Right.
One.
An
It's not a natural one.
unnatural one.
It's a unnatural one.
There you go.
Where
There's
shape water
there's a reason
remove the
she
snow,
hasn't
give me
been-
any bonus. Okay,
There's
Uh,
a reason he hasn't been doing much.
That's going to be when we actually find a good camp. This is just
Okay.
looking for camp for the moment.
Has
6,
nothing
okay.
in survival.
I am
That's
one
right.
shy of a nat 20.
That is
Matt-
actually kind of perfect.
Matt and Vask
Okay.
rolled 2s.
Yep. So it is largely the work of the Ravens and Garm's senses, looking around trying to find a good camp, but you guys actually managed to find a nice little natural beginnings of a cave.
Here.
Just a slight recess into the rock that's curved inward a little bit. There's some icicles hanging overhead, making it almost look akin to teeth, but it doesn't go underground in any capacity, but it does provide some shelter from the wind and the snow.
I could build up a few snow walls to keep the wind out, at least.
Oh.
Good thinking.
I will take. I will do first. Well, I will take the darkest watch.
I son.
Okay. And because even though we are still okay from the good berries, Vask will make tea using that kettle we got from Rousseer.
All right.
Good berry tea?
Maybe. I'm actually that if Hildegard mentions that, he's gonna go, no, I just have regular. I'll get back to you on that. And he's actually gonna maybe like press and try to dry one of the good berries to make a tea out of.
She'll
Okay.
definitely mention that because like fruity teas is certainly something she would have enjoyed.
Okay, well, we'll see how good that goes. I'll need one roll with the herbalism kit, and then, depending on how that goes, another with the cooking utensils.
Yeah. Okay. Herbalism kit.
12? Okay. It's not too
Um,
difficult to dry one small little berry. It's about the size
Yeah.
of a blueberry, really.
I'll do 2 since I grabbed 7.
Okay. And I would
Just-
say that
just
they
in-
look good enough to attempt to make into tea.
While he's doing this, can I find a natural point that somebody would approach this cave to and put down a glyph of warding?
Glyph of warding, huh? Yeah, it's easy enough.
So it takes an hour to do it, so I just gotta find a good place.
All right. Yeah, that would be very easy to do. It's pretty open from one side. The rest of the cave is pretty good in that regard. Most people couldn't see you from most directions. It's hidden away from roads or any open spaces pretty well. It's a good find.
How big is that glyph of warding?
It would be 10 feet in diameter wherever I put it.
Well, taking the previous suggestion, let's build the snowbanks around it to form a natural funnel.
Yeah. Try and make them look like natural snowbanks.
And, most things will want to take the path of least resistance, slap the glyph there.
Yeah.
So yeah, once that's all set up, I will put it in the most advantageous spot that isn't within 20 feet of us, so we don't get exploded.
All right.
The Rogue and Log will find like a rock formation or stalagmite or something to sit on. Like
Okay.
both of them, since Hildegard's probably preparing for sleep, so she doesn't need him.
All right.
So yeah, they're both providing overwatch and aiding anyone.
Absolutely.
And
All right.
specifically, Rogue does not need to sleep.
Not true.
No,
So-
Nat just helps where she can, because she's strong. But she's still visibly out of it.
Well,
Garm is definitely bringing you to hammer the stakes in for the tents.
Yeah. She can do that with her fists.
wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, you could. All right.
She's like helps them down.
All you have is a hammer, right?
Yes, God.
That's glass where that's glass at the campfire. He's like, "You've been waiting to say that would happen to you."
Perhaps.
Oh, you saved it for a good moment, Garm.
You make some
Vasquez just
very,
going to
very good
experiment.
smelling tea.
Yeah, he's using one of the berries just to experiment. He's going to save the other one for later. But he'll share the tea, and he goes, "Don't know if this will keep the enchanted goodness of it, but should taste good."
It would
Yeah,
be
it is.
novel, at least.
It is pretty kick-ass tea, actually.
Hildegard will add like a little bit of dried honey she has from preservatives, and it's just like, this is great.
It is cozy. It warms your bones. Leaves that same snuggly. It makes you feel like you're wrapped up in a warm blanket.
No.
Vasquez like, this should help the sleeping through the night.
Thank you, Vesk.
Yes, thank you.
You're good at this.
I mean, it's the little things like this that keep you sane wandering the road for so long. But honestly, I first heard about these from a mad vineyard or mad winemaker who said he was trying to track down a bush of these so he could make good berry wine. But
See, a very short man.
I don't get it.
Jogging.
Oh no! Damn it! That's right there. They made that joke earlier. He's a tiny little man with very bright hair.
Good team. I must confess, this sense of camaraderie is rare.
It is nice being on the road with.
Other people again. She's gonna stare off over the fire after she says that.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace.
Matt waits a minute to see if Hildegard finishes her sentence.
She does not, because Anaphora more or less completed it.
Alright. It is nice not to be amongst people who want you dead. Or would they knew what you really were.
Garm takes a very deep drink. He fucking pounds that tea.
Nat pulls out her flask and eyes it for a second. No, I should save this. I don't have much left.
I'm trying to,
No.
Irish the tea.
She was considering it, but then she's like, no, I don't have much of this left. You know, once I got so drunk once that I nearly walked into a bar with my face off.
Where'd you leave it?
No,
Swirling his cup.
It's okay. Are you joking or are you seriously asking that question?
He looks at you with a very, like, indeterminate face.
I can't tell if you're joking, Garm.
Raspy laughing under her breath.
She's currently blind right now. Hildegard turns to give him a cockeyed look, or at least the direction.
We call these, and she motions to herself, we call these faces. I'm sure some changelings call them different, but that is what I've always called them.
I knew one person. They became sort of a friend for a while when I was staying in the town they were in. They called them like roles. They were in a acting troupe.
I suppose that
Probably.
isn't
One of their faces was.
were they a changeling?
Yes, it was.
Really?
And I'm just bullshitting, but he goes, oh yeah, just someone I met when I was in one of the bigger towns further south. Covered for them a few times. They almost got caught, so.
Huh.
When, Vask of many colors says you're not a changeling, people tend to believe you.
Using
Yeah,
my
she, like-
fame. Good.
Like, she gave you the, she said last night how she, misjudged you, but, when you share that story, she's like, God damn.
I mean,
I really did. I
to
really
be
did.
fair, it was kind of me paying back a debt. They did help me track down some things. So they got into places where my face couldn't get me, so.
I really did misjudge you, huh?
He kind of shrugs as he's sipping his tea.
I was prepared to snap your neck.
Oh, yes, I heard that.
You sound far too used to saying that, Mr.
I'm very used to doing it. was a bouncer after all. Not that you usually snap your neck, snap people's necks as a bouncer, but
Yeah, you do want them to come back and spend more
they
money.
can't be alive for that. But when there are some things that you don't let people walk away after doing, I would like. She like stops and like looks off into like the middle distance for a second. Was it strange that the thought of snapping certain people's necks is sometimes the only thing I'm looking forward to anymore?
No.
Yes? Says hesitantly after
Vaz
Vaz
just
is like,
calmly lighting his pipe.
yeah, it just
Do you
looks.
have anything in your life, Hildegard? Anything you care about?
Was that addressed towards
Yeah.
me?
Hildegard.
I mean,
She's the one who
Just a
said
moment.
yes.
care about a lot of things.
Good. You should continue to do so.
And so should you.
I don't have anything left. All I have left is I had Nern. And he's gone too. Only thing I have left is to kill whoever did it, and preferably settle some old scores as well.
Anaphora is going to look at you very seriously. You go, I thought that once. You can't continue after you get what you want unless you look for new things.
I had that for a little while.
She's gonna reach out and she's not gonna touch you unless you let her. She's gonna go, I'm not speaking in terms of, metaphorical things. I did this. I was where you're sitting right now, not long ago. You have to find something new to live for.
I don't know if I can.
I didn't think I could either. I found myself at the edge of a cliff. Don't find yourself at the edge of the cliff unless you can talk yourself back from it. And she's going to turn away and continue to sip her tea.
Did you address a question towards Garm as well?
Not any specific one, but just general statements like, is it weird that the only thing she had to look forward to is snapping some people's necks?
Vask immediately answered no.
Yep. I mean, nope.
As far as Garm is concerned, is sometimes we are meant to do what we are born to.
Once upon a time, I thought I was born to do magic. Believe it or not. She pulls out a very old, kind of ragged book. I was learning. I was so excited. Thought I could make a difference, but it's not possible. Not as who I was, anyway.
At that, Hildegard's going to reach up and just lightly trace some of the scars along her face. And say, and she says, if I have destiny and fate are just concepts. When we think we're born or to do something, we can delude ourselves.
Yeah. I agree. But then the world shows you how stupid you are. And then you have to try and pick up the pieces.
She doesn't say anything after that, just kind of falls silent.
We
Matt's
should
looking
rest.
at the book with a very far away. That she's had it a lot since Nerd's death, but
We should rest.
who's taking first watch?
I will.
I will take the middle one when the night is at darkest.
I will rise last.
Very well. He stows the book back away, which is now also nearby Nerd's coat. And she will go and sleep.
Anaphora is not going to look at anybody as they get ready for bed. She's just going to turn away.
Mm-hmm.
Since she was not designated as somebody to take watch this night, Hildegard actually is going to, using cave look, kind of very slowly move her way to the tent, feel for the opening, and slip in. And she's just going to set up her bedroll because you don't.
Oh
really
yeah,
need
we
to-
have to figure out the tent situation.
Well,
I assumed
the
we
fir-
had figured it out before the conversation.
well, there's only 3 and there's 5 of us. Like
Yep.
one person can rotate a sleeping spot, but
Well,
someone
If you
has to
shrink down a bit, it'll be a little more roomy.
see. I that was going to offer that, but I kind of forgot. So yeah, when she goes to like, in a tent, she's like stops, like, oh, hey, Vas,
Hmm.
and she shrinks down into a kobold.
Oh,
Shoot, it gives you a little side grin.
there's a very
Fucking
little
do
moment
it!
of just that, like, the gears turning in his head, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'll fit better this way.
Yeah.
She'll go into the tent.
Okay,
Mystery
so
solved.
All right. So after a largely would have been exhausting day, but
Yeah,
thanks to the
benefit
good
is
fortune
good.
running into those Chwingas, you guys found one of the better random rolls.
Yeah. They're also cute, so.
You managed to all find sleep. Anaphora, I'll need a perception check as you take first watch sitting around the fire.
don't screw me up. Don't screw me up. Hey!
Don't
Birds?
jinx it. Hey,
Ah.
I say the birds can
Okay.
help anyone on watch.
Okay. It's not too long into the night, into your watch. You can hear the faint breathing, the feeling of being out in the wild again, the nostalgic feeling of company that you know has your back. There's a comfort there. It's a nice comfort.
I know better to rely on it, though. That's what
For a
she's thinking to
moment,
herself.
yep, for a moment, you're not sure what you hear at first. The wind seems to whistle a little more than before. You think maybe it's just the breeze going through the cave mouth opening and whistling up against the stones, but then you realize that there is no wind.
She's gonna slowly stand up and take out her spear. Remove it from her back. And she's gonna back up towards Garm's tent and just sort of poke the shaft through the opening and nudge his foot.
Or you can reach him. You hear it again. And this time you realize exactly what you heard. Howls.
Oh.
First was a single one, faint. But the second was a chorus. And they didn't sound terribly far away.
She's definitely going to wake him up now. Her voice isn't loud enough to wake somebody, so she's going to have to shove him with her spear.
I'll stab you awake.
Just a
Oh, I
box in
killed
the
him.
shin.
It's a good thing he sleeps right next to his fuck off sword.
What's the matter?
Listen.
There's nothing at first. But after a moment, the howls come again. They sound closer and they're accompanied by other sounds.
Do they sound like normal wolves, is the thing.
That's a good question. What would I have to roll to determine that? Nature or Arcana?
Either one would work, really.
Do you want to give me advantage?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I will give
13. This sounds pretty familiar, yeah. These aren't the cries of wolves that you know.
Oh.
Then you hear shrieks, like the sound of scraping metal. This wakes everyone up as it echoes through the clearing. And you begin to hear the sounds of snarls, ripping, gnashing, the sounds of foliage cracking. It does not sound terribly far away.
I'll roll out of the tent and go
Yeah.
back to my full height.
There is a dark blur as Raug shoots through the cave to into the tent and just bursting out of it with the fucking knife drawn as Hildegard.
Is that a bird? It's got a knife!
Oh, nice.
Adios.
No!
Anaphora is
What's
wound
that?
more tightly than you have ever seen her before, and she's crouched very low to the ground.
What was the sound?
Battle.
Battle? She will listen?
It is obvious. It sounds, to an untrained ear, you would think it just sounds like wolves hunting something, but whatever they're hunting is big enough to where you're hearing the sounds of trees being knocked around and knocked down, loud cracks, sound of splintering stone, shrieks like metal.
Can I climb a tree?
None
You'd
of
have to
them
leave the
around are,
cave.
none of them around are high or thick enough to hold your weight, unfortunately.
Oh, if
How
I
close
make
does this
myself
sound?
lighter, can I climb?
See, what was you saying, Saru?
How close does this sound?
Like you could get there pretty quickly if you took off running. This sounds like easily less than a quarter mile.
Oh, okay.
I could send one of the ravens to look.
Yes.
Let me. I would like. Can I like grab a branch as my furbulk self and then like shrink as I pull myself up to give like smaller me a boost up?
There aren't many trees around, but sure, you can try. I would allow that.
Cool.
The laws of conservation of mass are screaming.
Athletics.
Yes, athletics.
Habba!
So you send, which raven do you send off?
I'm going to have to send Rogue since he has the dark vision.
Yep. All right. Raug takes off, silent, quick, darting through the trees. You get very flurried, fast visions of him flying past things. Little brief glimpses of things that he registers as dangers. There's a great horned owl in a branch nearby that is definitely clocking him. But it's very quickly clear that you know where it is, because as he flies over the tree line, which unfortunately, Jeddah is, the trees all near this campsite aren't big enough to where you can look over the taller ones, and they're also tangled and distant that there's just not much distance vision. You see something, well, Rauga sees something glowing.
Gonna throw detect magic through the link so he can get a better look.
Oh, there's evocation magic like crazy. I am gonna DM you a screen cap of the map here, so you have an idea of what's happening.
Oh, fuck me.
This is what you see. As soon as it loads, there we go.
I am preemptively casting Mage Armor.
The absolute fuck.
I can't see.
If-
I can't see anything
No,
up here.
it's... Okay.
The
Those
shrieks continue.
those people, do I recognize them?
Yes, those are the old hunters.
Oh shit!
She's going to translate that. She goes, the old hunters are fighting something large. Many legs, snake. I don't know what it is.
Well,
Even though he never told you all about his nightly meeting with the leader of the old hunters, he is the first out of the safety of the cave.
You just
we
take
should
off running.
guard.
He hasn't taken off running quite yet, but he is clearly he's clearly steps outside the cave, looks back to them.
You need not follow.
Well,
Yeah, I think we do.
We're going.
I'm not going to let the hunters, our allies, hopefully, get murdered by something in the middle of the night.
Yeah, because we knew the old hunters were the third party searching for Esther and answers.
They were
Yeah.
sent out in your place to track her the morning you guys went down into that cellar. So they've been out here for a day and a half at this point.
But
They
would
may
have
know
their
something
intel.
we do not.
Yeah, well, let's go.
While we're
Looks to
moving,
Anaphora. Are you going to be alright?
Anaphora is absolutely silent. But when you
Yeah,
start moving, she will move.
Garm takes the lead.
All right.
Yeah,
It
we'll
is-
be right up with them.
Yep.
Just behind them.
While we're in
Is-
transit. Sorry.
Sorry,
Okay.
is mage armor something I can twin spell? Give it to myself and someone else?
I don't
Target
know.
self only, so I don't think so.
Pretty sure it is just self only, but let me make let me Google
Because I'm
that.
looking at it, it's ranged touch.
Huh.
You touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, you totally could.
Hildegard.
Yeah,
would
you can.
Your AC be better with AC becomes 13 plus Dex mod?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep,
then
you
I'm
can
going
twin
to-
cast mage armor.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to do that.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice.
So
So when
mine
we're
goes to a whopping 14.
nice.
Better than nothing.
Mine goes
Better
to a
than the 11.
mine goes to a
Yeah.
16 actually.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
I have a good
it
dex.
it wouldn't matter because my class, but it would be actively detrimental to me.
I would. All right. So, you were saying something while you're in transit, Raven?
While we're moving, the things like Hildegard has no idea what the fuck it is, but like the thing's mostly focused on the hunters, right?
It's entirely focused on the hunters. If you're having a
Um,
Raug fly overhead, they are definitely wounding it. Two of them appear down on the ground prone with blood.
Ooh.
Most of them are definitely going, and a couple of them look different. You're not sure exactly why, but they're moving very fast. These guys are moving way faster than a person should be able to.
Okay.
And you can just faintly see, nestled between a couple of a rock and a fallen log, is a small prone figure with glowing hair.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How did they find her?
So she's going to order Raug to swoop in and hit it with a vampiric touch, actually. To try and
Raug's vampiric touch on the thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, can I do that? No, he's not a familiar, my bad. No, you can't do that. Blah.
It's only the other one can.
He's
Hey.
just going to peck it and sweep away then.
All right.
And
As he swoops
essentially
down,
he's just going to give advantage to the next person that smacks it.
all right. As you guys are moving, it is very rapidly easy to see the source of the commotion. You can see the glow coming between the trees, very thinly, casting some very creepy shadows, and you hear those same shrieks. Trees and stones being overturned, the same snarls. But as you guys get nearer... Oh boy. So you say that Rauga is going to actually swoop down and try to annoy it. So you
Yeah.
say, how close do they
advantage.
get?
He has to be base to base, so within 5 feet.
As soon as he does, you feel the horrific sensation of your raven catching fire.
Oh!
How much
And just
damage does that do?
Turning to ash.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Got the
Okay,
burning
so
Godzilla aura.
while they're running, Hildegard suddenly doubles over and just fucking screams.
Yep, he
Oh.
took 10 fire damage.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh no!
Like just
Oh,
full
like a moth
is
in a
almost-
candle.
almost inhuman screaming.
The howls stop. Almost instantly, but you hear things go quiet for a moment. You hear shouting in a strange, unknown tongue, and the snarls pick up and in much greater intensity. As you guys get closer, you hear this thing shriek. You hear the sound of something spilling out, something that sounds like something got opened.
Ooh.
And you hear something crash. As you come upon this map.
Oh, they killed it! Oh, it's the Remor house! Oh,
No
fuck.
wonder it incinerated.
Yep. Again, Hildegard has no context for this fucking thing.
Yeah. Where are we
You guys are-
coming in at?
You guys would be coming in from down here in the southwest corner.
I like their ogre spider eyes.
Southwest. Right.
Oh shit! Oh, so many of them are down.
Yeah, the thing was pretty beastly.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Oh, southwest. I put it on southeast. Alert.
Connexion issue. Alright, wait a minute. There you are.
Yeah, my connection wobbled for a moment.
Excellent. Glad it worked so quick. Alright. You hear the same shouting in a language none of you recognize. And you hear figures moving, and you hear the sounds of what you can only really describe as. It sounds like something getting mangled. It sounds like bones popping out of joints.
Yeah. Old hunters.
You come into the clearing and behold this giant veiled worm-like creature, probably pushing 60 feet long, sprawled out and beginning to curl up, its body covered in bright spines that are beginning to dim, but you can see steam rising from where it makes contact with the snow. It is thoroughly dead.
All right,
Is
that's
this something
good.
any of us would recognize?
If anyone wants to roll a nature or an arcana, you can.
Which is
Well,
I'd
better.
like,
say Garm could roll with advantage here.
Anaphora is not interested. She sees that there's a person down, probably bleeding in the snow, and she's going to dash right over there.
Yep, 18. Yeah, makes absolute sense. 14, okay. You all are,
Gonna help.
now that
Vast
you,
down to 20.
yep, now that you're seeing it, you know that this is a deadly predator of the northern lands called a Remoraz.
I've got more.
These things are big enough to where even dragons give pause when they encounter them. They are dangerous.
Oh Jesus! Do I see Esther there?
You see a hunter crouching over next to another figure in the dark. With your dark vision, you could see her.
Esther! I'm gonna run over.
Hey. Oh, you lot.
It's you. What
Sanctimonies.
Is there anything I can do for
We
you?
find her, that's what. You lot all right? They send you out here.
We are fine. We came looking for her.
It's about time someone grew up there and had some sense. Shakes himself. You can see the oldest one here, the one wearing the yellow shawl, they're all covered in blood. Some of them have burns on their bodies. 3 of them appear to be thoroughly dead.
Oh.
So there's nothing I can do for this guy.
Unfortunately, no. He got pulverized, his back was broken, and then his body burned.
Jesus.
She'll go to the nearest one that needs healing, and I'll use my healer's kit on him.
Yeah.
If he lets me.
So he actually steps back as you get close, and you look and see, for a brief moment, his eyes are slitted.
Mm. I'm gonna kneel.
Just Garu, no, stand back.
Garu.
I'm gonna kneel next
no,
to
he
kneel down
failed.
to Esther.
Okay, as you're kneeling down, you are greeted with the sounds of snarls.
Oh.
Hold on, let's link a thing here. Should still have this figure made. Did I? Hold on. For as you step closer, the man stepping back is bleeding and appears like, for a moment, like his silhouette is warping and changing. He's shaking. There is blood just pouring down one of his arms. And he just doubles over for a moment. And you can hear the sounds of bones popping.
Uh,
Oh, the oldest hunter starts running towards him. Before he can reach, you are suddenly looking in the darkness, lit only by the dim lighting of this dying creature's spines. One of these.
ooh.
Yeah, she's not gonna like that.
No.
It looks at you with a feral intent.
Hi.
One of the
I will
hunters
try-
runs up right near him, manages to get his arms around the shoulders, tries to hold him back. The elder runs forward as well. Is there anything you do?
For specifically,
Yes.
Let me ask a question to help Scatha. What animal kind of bent is it?
Mm-hmm.
Vivi.
In the moment, Anaphora is startled and panicked, and she's gonna defend herself. She's gonna
Okay.
back up and bring her spear up.
I would say Hildegard would try and like pull her back and help her move away.
That'll happen after this. You gonna
Okay.
actually try to hit him?
I'm not gonna try to hit him. I'm gonna bring my spear up because she's backing up.
Keep
Alright,
it
as-
between her and them.
Mouse kind of wants to telekinetically pull Anaphora away, but
It's
might-
it's not. She's not backing up so she can run away. She's backing up and she's looking at this, and you can see in her eyes that there is fight there, and she's going to attack this thing unless somebody stops her.
Let's see. How?
This creature's claws burst into flame.
What?
It lunges.
oh, blood hunters.
You guys, I'm over here. You guys gotta do something.
Can I try to telekinetically push it?
Looks like Lusant is handling it.
Yep. See, as you attempt to, he's already making an attack. You all turn in time to react. Oof, that definitely hits him, though. Yeesh. So the oldest of the hunters manages to get in between the two of you. Gets raked across the back. For a moment, you see his eyes and face similarly warp. But he bears feral, just downright dagger-like teeth, and through force of will goes back to his normal, still quite fearsome facial expression. Move. See, the blood's not out of him yet. Turns. Shouts something in that same unknown language.
Bass kind of wants to try something.
Go ahead.
Can I use calm emotions?
Sure.
My last second level spell slot. That's why I have sorcery points.
It's a good time to
Actually, no,
use
I'm gonna
the-
use my sorcery points to cast that.
Isn't that like an area of effect too?
I want to say it's a single target, if my memory's right.
Hold on.
Let me see.
Calm emotion.
Oh, it is yeah, it's a 20-foot sphere.
Yeah, so it might actually get Anaphora too.
Which would be
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone
So I
needs
brought
to-
it up.
Basically, everyone there in that cluster needs to make a charisma save against the spell save of 17.
17,
I'm
jeez.
fine.
All
I'm
right,
over
so
here.
that includes you three.
Is it a charisma save?
Oh no!
Oh no, you're too charismatic. Oh, you're fine.
Oh no!
You're mellow as all hell.
Told me to roll.
I would
You are a
say
bard.
I would say
Common
Hildegard-
motion specific has the specific thing that someone can choose to fail it.
Oh, she's not going to.
Do you?
Yeah, she's
you're
seen
pretty
a
high. You
wolf.
kind of have tunnel vision right now. Okay.
Hey, wait a minute.
Mhm.
A creature can choose to fail the saving throw if it wishes,
Yeah.
because it can suppress a charmed or frightened effect.
Where's my thing?
Oh yeah, you'd have a paladin stuff for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a bonus
Oh,
to
the aura.
Yeah, I do.
That's your charisma bonus added to saves to everyone that's friendly to you.
doesn't matter too much for us. I think we either won by too much or lost by too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. I mean, if it's not working, I guess I've got.
I'm gonna see
a
what I'm gonna
rough
see what
idea.
Garm does first, and then I'm gonna react.
Yeah.
Can't remember if I input it correctly, but Lusant got scratched up pretty bad, right?
He got raked across the back. It's a pretty meaty hit.
What can I do?
It's my pact. My responsibility. Just get them away. He actually failed the save, so he starts to mellow out. Ah. Well. Looks over at Vast, sees all the glowing tattoos, sniffs the air a little. That works too.
I find it
On the
best
floor.
when everyone has a clear head in these kind of situations.
Yeah.
Anaphora
I
has crouched to look like a hunting cat with her
I'm
spear
really sorry,
out.
Colin.
Not, can you let me do this first, please?
Yeah.
And she's going to grab Hildegard, put her behind her back, and start backing up. And any threatening move towards her is going to be taken badly.
I was going to say,
Excellent.
until the calm emotions went off, Hildegard actually was raising her hand and there was some weird frost coalescing around it. But as soon as it went off, she just suddenly just starts blinking and just looks almost dazed.
Okay.
She's
Um,
backing up
3 of
with
the
you.
hunters failed, actually.
Huh?
If
Yeah.
you let her pull you with you,
yeah.
she's backing up.
Yeah, she's too mellow to resist at the moment.
Can I scoop up Esther?
The other hunter's currently got his attention glued on what's happening, yes.
Yeah.
So,
I'll scoop her up. I look at him like I have her. Don't worry.
hey, no worries here.
And I'm going to.
So, one thing, you're pretty sure you remember Esther having 2 arms.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
And
they
the
have their
flora.
sample.
And the Flora. This girl needs help. She is hurt.
Aye, she do with
Badly.
that. Garo turns around and you can hear the bone popping sound as the other one returns to their original state. Looks around, breathing extremely heavy. You're fine. You only hit me. We avoided it. Come on. Job not done. Pounds him on the chest with the back of his fist a little bit and looks at Garm. That girl's a bitch to track. Goddamn ambush put that thing out of the ground. Yep, Anaphora, Nat did call to you.
She's not reacting.
Okay, well, I have Esther in my arms. I'm going to go closer. Interpose my very large frame in front of the shifters who you are now clearly not looking good at.
Her eyes are completely dilated.
Anaphora. She has like Esther cradled in one arm because she's so big. And like, slowly lifting up the other hand, snaps her fingers, Anaphora. She slowly reaches for the spear. I am going to grab this. I need you to listen to me. I would like to attempt to disarm Anaphora. Are you going to contest it, Callie?
If you start taking my weapon away from me, yes.
Okay, well, so she'll put her hand on the spear, like just below the spear point, Anaphora. Listen. She's not here. I'm gonna try and remove the spear from your hands. If you stab me, so be it.
Which one is the name she prefers? Nat or Jenna?
Nat
she's-
is the furball form.
Yeah.
Nat,
Hmm.
lay her down. I can help.
All right. She will quickly lay Esther down by Garm, but like her eyes are still on Anaphora.
Yeah, that was his idea. You deal with that. He'll do the best he can.
I will slowly try to pull the spear.
Don't pull it.
Oh, right. I mean, okay, I have my hands gripped on it, and my arms are
Just
aligned
just
to the
gently
torso.
guide it down.
Yeah. Slowly put the spear down towards the ground. Oh god, what can I do? How can I...
Just let her ride it out. She's having a panic attack.
She's not here right now.
Yeah, alright. So, put the spear down.
Yes, Raven?
I'd like to try something. Is
Yeah.
like as the right in the mellow held it clearly, and she's just gonna put a very careful since Anna's kind of holding on to her, she's gonna put a very careful arm, just moving very slowly, just so if there's any hesitation or negative reaction, she can pull back. It's a very careful arm, just around Anna.
Oh.
And she's then going to just kind of shift a little closer, just to, not hold on to her physically, just make sure that there is a pressure against it. And she's gonna whisper, "It's okay, I promise. It's okay."
Nat watches. And just...
It takes a minute, but with the magical help and the help from somebody actually speaking to me that I was, trying to shield with my own body, that they're fine.
Yeah.
She eventually does calm down.
Anaphora.
Shakes herself and looks around, dazed, like she doesn't remember where the hell she is.
Alright.
She's gonna look directly down at the ground where there's a bleeding lady and go, "Oh fuck," and move over.
You see, that's the funny thing. Besides some nicks and scrapes on her face, you don't see any blood staining her clothes.
So, DM,
Mhm.
the older hunter came up to Vask.
Yep.
As he's kind of watching this, the older hunter will hear in his head, goes, Please forgive her. I don't think it's been too long since she survived the Hound's teeth.
We are what we are. Ain't gonna apologize for it.
Do you say that out loud or?
Oh, he did.
That was all telepathic.
Oh, so that
At
was
least that was
telepathic. Yeah.
telepathic from Vask.
Okay, yeah, he would have responded telepathically then. Just. It's easy to think all things with teeth are the same.
The photo? Are you here?
She's looking away from you and goes, "Yes, I'm here."
All right.
She does not appear wounded. Well, missing arm aside.
Missing
was
scent
set
as well.
What?
Girl has no scent. None. Lucan calls out from over the clearing.
What does
Can
that
I-
mean?
Fuck if I know.
I would like to cast Detect Magic and then look over.
Feel free.
Has
Okay.
she been awake?
We'll do so. See if I
Static.
can- Huh?
Whoa.
Static. You'd have never seen anything quite like it, but it's as though
Oh.
something is blocking your ability to see the magic coming off of her.
And if I
Ugh.
try to use Awaken Mind to speak into her mind, is it the same thing as when I tried sending?
Yep. Ruben did
Ah.
tell you guys when you were down there something. He has no idea what, and he spent some time trying to look into it. Something prevents her being detected in any way magically.
Okay.
I'm gonna frown a little
There's
bit.
some kind of.
I'm gonna put my fingers against her neck and see if she's got a pulse.
There is a pulse. She's very, very cold to the touch.
Vask flinches like he got an ice cream headache when he did that.
Yep. If I can make a suggestion, logging town's nearby. She been out here for 2 days. Need to get her to a warm bed.
Aye.
Agreed.
Has she been conscious at all?
Heard her running, heard the thing moving after her. Stumbled, hit her head. So no,
Ah,
not seen her conscience.
the
She
hag
been-
took her honor, it seems.
So it seems.
They have their sample now. Their pile of god flesh.
So it seems. In that case, best move quick.
Vask will hand over some of the tea that he had put in the small canteen, just to see if she could drink that.
So you're offering the tea to the girl?
Or whoever's taking care of her. It's like, see if she can, drink that.
If you get a
Might be
cloth,
able to help a little bit.
okay, yeah, Hildegarde's gonna speak. If you can get a damp cloth wet and get it to her lips, it's easier for people to drink that way if they're unconscious. It's more of a passive.
I'll try it.
Best get somewhere warmer before we do it. Anyone know anyone in the town? They be welcoming for this
I
sort of
do.
thing.
I do.
Good, you lead the way.
He should let us at least come in out of the cold.
Oh, we're quite used to keeping out in the elements. We got some dead to bury. We'll be back.
Well, are you coming? Okay, understood.
You'll see us. That
Are you
thing's not.
coming with us?
Not yet. We saw no hag. Want to make sure we do. Make sure we get a chance to before we decide to settle in for tonight.
We will be back as well. She will
No.
not get away.
Stay in the town till she recover. Get her back to the city if you can.
And Anaphora's head is down, and she looks faintly ashamed of herself, and she goes, It's not only the form, it was the intent.
I understand. Nerd. Help me with her.
Yeah, scoop her up one arm.
She is very, very light.
Yeah, and I'm very, very large.
I should say she's like maybe 5'1".
Aww.
So she's 90 pounds
Fine.
wet, essentially.
Yep.
Even
Oh,
less now.
Yeah, she's missing 5 pounds of arm. 10 pounds? Arms? Weight of an arm is weird.
Arms are like 5 pounds, depending on where it came off.
Yeah.
This is, from the look of things, a little below the shoulder. So it's a pretty
Ooh.
complete.
Jesus.
That may be closer to like 8 pounds. Like, I don't know.
Vesk says I could send a message to Ruben.
Not a bad idea, but I will. Well, I guess you guys are meeting the only other person I know, I guess.
Come. Let's be on our way.
He is a lumberjack in town.
Should we grab our tent stuff?
Yeah, probably should.
Looks at Esther. How does it look like that's a good idea carrying her around?
She looks like she is about to freeze.
We know
Okay.
where
I
it
will
is.
go.
Exposure
I will-
might be an actual risk here
I mean,
soon.
Okay, if we take her to camp, we could wrap her in a bedroll, then
Listen.
bring her elsewhere.
I know where
Yeah.
the town is. You know where the town is. I am going to rush to the town as fast as I can.
With
You
her?
can meet me there.
Get things ready.
Gather our things.
No, she might die of exposure on the way if we don't get her warm.
I can wrap her in my clothes. I'll fucking get cold.
It's not far. I think she was
Yes.
making a break for the town.
I will be fine. You go get our things.
Do
She
you need-
takes off her jacket and wraps her up in it. Anything else to wrap her in right there would be useful, but I need to go.
Taking off her cloak and giving it to Nat, and I'll follow you.
All right. One hand gently pats your shoulder, and she'll wrap up Esther.
She's not looking up at anybody.
Yeah.
You can lead Anaphora to town.
Yes. You three get our things. You know where the town is, yes?
Yes.
Looks to Hildegard. Are you going to be alright going with them, or do you need to follow me as well?
I think someone needs to go back to the cave with Vask and
Garm is going as well.
Oh, okay. With
Yes.
Vask and well, I guess I can go with you. Question: How long does calm emotions last?
Let me check.
1 minute, so it's long past.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna get a role play that I was like, she's speaking calmly 1 minute, then just like reacts almost like she's been hit. Yes, I would go with you actually.
Alright.
Right.
Because
Last
it's like
Garm.
the emotional whiplash is hitting her now.
Yeah. Last Garm. When you get to town, just ask where Augment lives. Alright?
Well,
I'd say Garm could go himself, but that's not a good idea.
I've traveled alone before.
But not when there is a hag in the woods.
Hey, so we best be moving. She could be anywhere. She's probably watching right now.
Or you looks to the leader. Do you think she'll want your fallen pack mates?
I don't see how.
I mean,
Not much left of them. Bodies are burned.
I'd say this without any kind of disrespect to them, but that might be for the best right now. She might want
Going
to
to ask her-
reanimate the. She might try to reanimate them before you get back.
I see.
I don't know, but the possibility is there.
And it always.
I'm
Go.
I am very sorry for your loss.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. Just turn. She'll start running towards the village.
All right. You know the way at this point. You actually recognize the mountain peaks overhead from the trees. You know exactly where it is. It does not take long, like a 10-minute run. You can see the
Okay.
lights of Malboro. It is
I see
largely
running.
settled in for the night. There's like a night watch walking around. Just this
Okay.
one dude in a parka with a spear.
Sees Nat running up.
Oh, nah. Voice gets like 3 octaves deeper. It's like, nah.
I need to go to Ogman's house. I'll explain later. The rest with me.
Is she alive?
Oh yes, but I need to get her into the house, into somewhere warm.
Yeah. Right, sure, yeah.
Runs.
You know where Hogman's is. And you just take off.
Yeah, I did say the others are with me, and I just left.
Mhm.
There'll be
Alright.
2 more coming later. A large man in the cloak, and the man with tattoos. Let them by.
All right. And
No, that was good, Callie.
that was really good.
Yeah,
That was some very good stuff.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Alright,
called
so-
playing the role.
You know,
Exactly.
it's just I want to let everybody know that just like, yep, I wasn't
She has
ignoring.
got PTSDs.
I wasn't ignoring your spell on purpose, Zero.
Fine.
Yeah.
It
So I get
100%
to
makes sense.
Ogman's
I
house.
was mainly guessing it to calm down the werewolf.
And that worked.
French
Yeah.
benefit.
Who is the closest to Nat when we get to Ogman's house? Physically closest.
How fast are you?
30 feet. Unless I use my moxie to dash.
Then it would be me because I'm much faster than you are.
Okay. You see her go to like knock on the door, but there's a second where a quick second where she freezes, and you see her face go like, get this horrified look on her face. But then she shakes it off and knocks on the door.
What? The door opens and somewhat slovenly, wearing a sleeping furs, a pretty large, beer-gutted, very Nordic-looking man. Looks like he could enter a World's Strongest Man competition. Lots of
Awesome.
body hair. That.
I need to use your house. I'm very sorry. This woman is dying.
Fuck me. Right. Helene, hey. And he just runs in and immediately starts scrambling. It's like, blankets, hot water. Someone's
Yeah.
outside. It looks like a student. Just
the-
immediate.
Okay. The rest of them are with me. They are also helping her. I promise I will explain, but we need to get her well.
No need to explain anything. Looks pretty clear to me.
It is not, trust me.
You say so. And just immediately starts going about dad mode activated at full power.
Oh. Man, Oh. Yeah. Get her settled on the flora. I know you are not feeling up for much talk right now, but these are good people. They will help you take care of her, but I need you here. Can you do that?
I'm here, Nat.
All right.
She's gonna just go very businesslike and begin tending to Esther.
Yeah.
All right.
What have I gotten myself into?
Hildegard is going to offer to help and say, "Do you need a second pair of hands?"
Would help.
Yep, you are joined pretty quickly by Ogman's wife, Helene, as well. Older woman, kind of short, blonde hair, kind of pixie cut almost, though not done by a stylist, done out of necessity. Just like 3 kids.
Does this woman look like she knows her stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, kids.
the-
She has dealt with and
Okay.
a lumberjack husband.
All right. Since it looks like she knows her stuff, Hildegard's going to back off and give her more. She doesn't know much.
Yeah, Nat's giving them breathing room. But it goes. What's Ogman doing? Is he also just giving them breathing room, or?
He is currently tending to his 3 kids and making sure that they know that everything's okay and they can go back to bed.
All right. She'll walk up to him. I'm sorry for bursting into your house this late at night.
You picked a pretty good reason for it. It's fine. Not like I was up to much.
Other than that,
What?
she just looks at him and he can see her face contorting. Are you Ogman?
You alright?
Gods no. It's been
What's happened?
Can't tell you everything, right? Not yet, anyway. Things
Are you
aren't
safe?
safe. Things aren't.
Oh.
Oh, gods no.
I see.
Nern is dead.
Oh.
Yes.
Gets kind of quiet and just kind of stares down at the floor for a sec.
Yeah, it. He can see that she is struggling not to cry, which he probably has never seen her do.
That's what's freaking him out more than anything else. All right. Just looks in pretty bad shape.
I think the hag took off her arm.
Oh. Says again, just very few words.
Yeah.
Looks over at Helene and just nods at her and immediately starts putting on thicker clothes. Grabs a woodman's axe.
No, Ogman.
Just go to Hag.
No.
I gotta tell
She's
you.
not- She's not at the town. She's in the forest, where they usually are.
This town is in the forest. If one of them's come out of the woods up north, everybody here's got to know about it.
All right,
Can't do much
Coming
healing. I can at least do alerting.
I'm coming with you.
Sure.
We're going to go let the townsfolk know there's a hag nearby.
All right.
You two stay here, Taser. She's a good woman. You can trust her.
Anaphora
So if you had-
nods, but she doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
All right. So you two head out. I'd say right around this time, you guys have gotten back to the campsite and are getting everything just about finished packing up. If anyone has anything they want to say while in the specific company, they can. Or we can just progress to you guys heading to town.
Just real quick, just one thing basically, when they return to the camp, he goes, "Yeah, I almost suggested that the hunters, if they needed, they could use our camp, but then I remembered this," and he kind of points at the glyph of warding that Anaphora left behind.
Oh no!
They would have exploded.
Well,
Oh,
we set up those snowbank walls and the glyph specifically there in the middle, so we know better. We just go over to the snowbanks.
Clear through them real quick.
Something going into that cave is gonna have a bad time though.
yeah.
Just Anaphora back in town. It's like, why did I just get a bunch of experience points?
Oh
Poor,
no!
a poor fucking deer's just gonna be like, "Oh, shelter for the night," and meanwhile, Bone Bear, oh, there's like a new mushroom cloud.
Oh fuck.
Duration until dispelled or triggered.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
It's gonna be out there forever.
Hi.
People saw that good
You
camp.
go to there are
bad.
just arcane minefields that haven't detonated.
It's actually
Oh,
fitting that there were
no.
cat noises because they do have a cat inside of that
Aw.
home.
Does cat pet on Anaphora?
All right.
That was all Fast wanted to say as they're packing up this stuff.
Yep. So if you guys don't have anything, you just head towards the town as quickly as you can.
Well, I guess he would on the way just be like, "How you feeling?" To Garm.
Hmm?
He would have asked Garm, "How you feeling?" After all that.
Frustrated we didn't get there in time. Curious as to what Usant has learned.
Oh, I kind of see it as there's in time and too late would have her being dead.
Garm is not a man of many words.
On the way, yeah, that's all.
All right. So you guys make your way over. You see the light of the town pretty quickly. That same night guard sees Garm coming, just. Oh,
You
right.
didn't warn him.
You're Nat's friends, yes? Voice immediately getting
Yes.
deeper again.
Yes.
She's walking around with Augment, warning people. I'm also helping with that. Girls over there in Augment's home, Helene and the other two that came with her are in there, I think. I haven't seen them come out. I'm gonna go warn people now. Thank you. Thanks for
Oh.
just gives a slightly wide berth around the large, yellow, glowing-eyed man.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick. Speaking of glowing, I meant to mention this earlier before the interruption to the sleeping. But when Vask was sleeping, whoever was in the tent with them probably saw his tattoos do kind of pulse, like how like some cuttlefish or squids will distinguish
Sleeping
each other
squid.
as they sleep.
Oh, I
Nice.
love that.
All right. As the two of you move, what do you do? Where do you head?
Head to where Ogren's
We're
house.
See if we can see Nat on the way.
Okay. It's not too hard to miss a furbolg in a human town.
Yeah.
They stand
Yeah.
head and shoulders taller than everybody, sometimes two head and shoulders taller. And you can hear Nat as well, just going around door to door with another very shaggy looking human man.
Best place to hide is right where everyone can notice.
All right.
Hmm.
So as you're heading that way towards the home, something catches your eye in the center of town where there's a signal fire. Flame is beginning to grow far bigger than the amount of wood that it should have.
Oh, fuck. Ogland, what's that?
It's the signal for what the? That's not right.
Get to your house. Get to your family.
The flame.
Warn my compatriots.
The flame roars
Oh God. I'm running
upward into
towards
the
the
air
flame.
into a large
Yeah.
fireball. It's far away from any buildings.
I'm pretty
Fuck.
sure Vask and Garm are hurrying over as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, shit.
No, that's
Oh,
not
battle
right.
music.
No.
That wasn't right. No, I had something for these. Gotta find the right
Oh.
place.
The
They're
battle music
plural.
started up and then it stepped on my glyph of boarding and whatever it was died.
Da-da-da-da.
Why do I hear boss music? Oh, it's over.
Yeah, he
ball.
just gets
Like
yeeted.
the fight against Mysterio in the Spider-Man 2 game.
Oh, I love that. One of the best boss fights of all time.
I get negative experience.
That guy went down a level. We'll just go with. Could have sworn I had something for hag stuff. I know I did.
Put together your hag playlist.
No, not that. Whatever. Let's just go with. There we are. Burning begins to intensify, and the flame takes the shape of a face,
Oh God.
Oh god, we're getting
looming over the town,
Castlevania.
illuminating everything.
We're getting Dracula.
You see the face, Garm, who could see her the most clearly at the time, of that very same crone.
It's her.
The eyes leering, white hot, just looks at the town, surveys it. Barrow. It echoes throughout the entire clearing. Everyone hears it. You two inside, you hear it. You harbor great danger within your borders.
Oh.
You harbor great evil, wearing the guise of a saint.
Fuck.
Dick move.
You better fucking not.
Just gazes right down. Surrender the girl before sunrise at the edge of the forest, or your town will only know how it feels to be kindling. All of Balbarrow will burn. And the flame just immediately snuffs out.
Fuck.
We're not gonna be sleeping tonight.
Witch.
So. Yeah. Was she talking about Esther or me?
Probably
You
Esther.
don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Probably something you're gonna have to find out next time.
Started to think I should have called Ruben earlier.
Ow, 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 ow.